And here we go. Welcome again. It's another episode of Cardboard Conversations. I'm Pat from Pure MTG, joined this evening by Bob. How you doing, Bob?
I'm Bob.
He's
I'm doing
Bob.
good.
That's him. That's Bob.
I am doing well. Interesting week in cardboard. Very interesting week in cardboard.
For sure. Yeah.
As you well know, one of the big things that I've been looking at, and we haven't really discussed it much, and I was too lazy to actually follow up last week's, like, hey, you're not going to get the One Ring in the special edition collector's edition, holiday edition collector box thing. I did not follow up on that because I'm lazy. Instead, I've been looking a lot. I know that the big news this week is Lord of the Rings, and we'll get to some of that later, but I was looking at the Lorcana, as you well know. And I don't know how exciting that's going to be to go over some of the things that I was interested in with the legalese and, the lawsuit from Upper Deck, for those of you that aren't aware. So if we have it, if we have time, if it seems interesting enough, we'll cover some of that. And just to give you kind of like a sneak preview, they're basing. So if you're okay, that's a bigger bag. So just so you guys know, this is my Father's Day gift, and it has been requested that I open it on stream tonight. We'll get to that later. If you want to see it, you got to stay tuned in.
Right? Yeah. Teaser for later.
The basic gist is that Upper Deck is filed a lawsuit against Ravensburger for Lorcana, that they're ripping off an idea they had for a game that has not yet been released under Upper Deck's brand called Rush of Icor. And the main designer,
so ridiculous. It's over a game that's not out yet, and they're levying lawsuits against the Ravensburger. Pretty well.
And what they're claiming is essentially that Miller, the lead designer for Lorcana, was a lead designer on the project for Rush of Icor for Upper Deck, and that he stole the ideas that he gave to them. Yada yada yada. And so there's a legit lawsuit. And it's funny, the timing that they file it. Ravensburger announced Lorcana and even started spoiling cards as far back as like last September, right? But they waited until now, like just last week or something.
Yeah, I mean, they had those promo cards, those 6 cards that were, going gangbusters, a couple $1,000s each. And those have been out for months and months, since last year at this point. So it's kind of ridiculous that Upper Deck is starting to, squirm at this point. I think it's just
scummy, like a money grab, scummy move. Like, hey, we're going to mess up your release unless you settle.
Right, and that's really how it feels to me. With the open gaming license debacle and stuff. Hey, we got Matt this evening. Welcome aboard. Good morning. So with the open gaming license debacle that went on a couple of months ago, I got into, some of the legalese on this sort of stuff. And one of the things that I learned was that you can't patent or copyright the mechanics of the game itself. So I really don't think that
you can patent game mechanics. However, it's very, very difficult to get a patent. And there's a difference between a copyright and a patent. But you cannot copyright game mechanics, but you can, albeit very difficult, file a patent for game mechanics, but they're very rarely ever granted, and they have to there's like this high bar. There was I linked you guys the video. There's a high bar to get a patent on game mechanics. I'm sorry, I just wanted to clarify that.
It's also
so it's not
very
likely they're going to get
wording. You can have copyright on the rules, the specific wording of the rules. For instance, Scrabble. Scrabble does have a copyright on Scrabble, but there's words with friends. They're the same fucking game.
Right.
It's just that the rules are slightly different
enough
to be not copyrighted. Very interesting.
Well, and the lawsuit isn't claiming copyright infringement or patent jumping, which they just filed a patent in April.
Yeah.
Right? It's not likely they'd even get the patent. And if they did, they would, certainly wouldn't just be like a week or two later that they're going to get it. It's the timing is very, very suspicious.
Oh, yeah.
And it just feels like they're trying to do some legal muscling to try to squeeze some money out of Lorcana, because maybe there was some, ideas being crossed over. But let me just highlight one of the few examples, and then I'll let it go. So I was digging into it. I looked at the actual legal filing, and they're claiming that Lorcana is an identical game to Rush of Icor. And two of the bigger differences I see right away. Yeah, you have to make decks out of color pairings, 2 colors. Okay, that is identical. You have to have that particular rule. Okay, not really groundbreaking there or really unique, but there are 4 colors in Icor and there are 6 in Lorcana. Your starting hand in Icor is 5. Your starting hand in Lorcana is 7. So not identical games. Like they're changing enough of it for sure. So whatever it is, it just feels sort of like shenanigans. I don't think they would win the lawsuit, but I'm not a lawyer. It's just garbage. It's just garbage. And I think it's really scummy that Upper Deck, the timing that they're doing, like right before release, it feels like they're like, fine, we'll just sabotage your release then by filing a lawsuit against you, claiming that you ripped our property off. So
that's their goal. They want them to delay the release. I don't know why exactly.
There are legal methods to do that, and they've known about this long enough that they could have looked at it. They know Ryan Miller went to Lorcana or to Ravensburger to build Lorcana, and they didn't file anything way back in September when this was first publicly like displayed. Like they've had a lot of time, and the timing is suspicious of when they filed the patent, when they went to law, to court with the information they have. It just and Ravensburger fired back, already, and they're like, yeah, we can't wait to file to fight this out in court. But it's just garbage. You know what I mean? Like it's a very lowbrow tactic.
Yeah, I'd say these are.
It feels like there's a lot more like drama behind the scenes involved with like Ryan Miller just like straight up just left Upper Deck. If he was happy there, he wouldn't have just straight left in the middle of designing a game. So there's probably some bad blood. They probably filed up. They're probably being petty. You know what I mean? It's just it's all hot garbage to me. This is the scummy world of lawsuits, people. That's just really the way it works.
I don't know if I'd call it scummy. I mean, I don't know the exact details of anything, but if they had put resources into paying this guy time and money to invest and his time into making this product, even if it is different now, they still worked on it at the company, and if it's close enough, I don't know. I feel like they feel slighted. So maybe they're doing. They definitely wasted resources on this guy, and then he just left.
Yeah. I mean,
he was whether he's happy or not. They could have treated him terribly. Like, no, we're
sure.
Like maybe they said, hey, he said, hey, I'll design your game, but I don't want to get paid for it now. I want to get, a profit share on the back end or something. And then they go, no, we'll just pay you now, and that's it. There's all kinds of things that could have gone sideways in all of that, right? They aren't suing him for breach of contract specifically when he left, but only now that Ravensburger is producing the game, right? If they had bad beef with him after pouring money into him, they should have sued him at the time that he left for breach of contract, not filing against Ravensburger, 2.5 years later. That's what I'm saying is scummy. It's dirty pool is exactly what it is.
Just want to take a quick moment to say thank you everybody for joining this evening. Dual Brain, we got DJ Longhair in here. As always, phenomenal to have you join us. So thank you much for listening to us babble on this evening. As you can tell, we started out with some news on Lorcana with the lawsuit here. I think it's definitely getting a lot of attention. No matter how you look at it, good, bad, or indifferent. I think it's actually a good thing for Lorcana in the long run because, number one, I personally don't think the suit's going to go much anywhere if they settle out of, court, whatever. But still, they're getting in so many more newspaper and, magazine outlets. It's definitely better for Lorcana's release than it is detrimental, in my opinion. But we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah. We'll see how it plays out. If you guys want more information, hey, let us know, in the comments, or let us know in chat here.
Hey, Brian,
we have more info available.
We're not going to Sherry Vegas, you sweetheart. Look at you.
So it looks like we can't even play MTGO for Lord of the Rings, maybe.
Oh, for real? Okay, so a little backstory. Bob and I, before the stream started, we're trying to get Arena all set up so we could do some screen sharing and we could do a live draft of the new Lord of the Rings pre-release. Yeah, well, it's not on Arena. It's pre-release weekend and you can't fucking play it. It's kind of ridiculous that, I mean, they're missing an opportunity to take people's money right here.
Wasn't Jake and Joel playing it on Arena?
I assume that they have like
they're
their
content creators and they had special access.
Yep. Yeah, it happens pretty often. It will be there this week. They make it a paper pre-release, so it's the first to support the game store. And yep, a couple of different streamers kind of get that sort of stuff. It's pretty lucky.
Oh well, we're not one of those streamers. We're not big enough.
We're not there
so help
yet.
us get bigger. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, be active on our channel.
Hit the links
Tell us
below,
you love
guys.
us, you know, and maybe we'll get big enough that we get invited to special things. But we're not special, folks. We're not special, so we're gonna have to do unspecial things. But speaking of special things, if y'all don't mind, and welcome Lance and Prime and Sherry. Hello, love you. This actually, speaking of, is from Miss Sherry Vegas and probably the rest of the family. This is my Father's Day gift that was requested that I open on the stream. Ooh, oh, that's funny. Well, speaking of which, look at that, folks.
Hey.
and that.
2 of them. Nice.
Oh, my goodness. And that. So.
Oh, snap.
I want to save one of these, but I want to open one of these. I don't know. Do we want to do it right now? Save it for the end of the show? Open a pack here and there throughout the show? What do we want to do? I'm not going to open all of them. I want to try to do a draft with 2 of them with folks. So
oh, what a sweetheart, Sherry.
Thank you. Love you. All of you. Thank you for my Father's Day gift. If you're listening, they should be listening. They better be listening. So yeah, we will open these. Well, we're not gonna open all of them. We'll open one of these on the stream tonight. I don't know when or how we want to get into this. So
yeah, all up to you.
What else have you guys got? I'm surprised by some of the mechanics, and I'm gonna say this. It looks like a really fun standard environment, which I was talking with Matt when he was doing the review this week on our channel. It dawned on me that it's very strange that they put some no. This is perfect. This is great. Oh, it's just from you. It's strange that they put mechanics that seem like they're mainly for like the standard environment, so a sealed environment in Lord of the Rings. Like it looks like it's definitely going to be a fun sealed environment with a lot of the mechanics like you were reviewing, Matt. It's like a lot of it seemed very kind of pointed towards sealed. But let me ask you this. Have any of you ever played a sealed modern?
Oh God, no. I've barely ever played modern, in all honesty. I mean, I think that's technically what I played when I was in high school.
I'm
was
not
modern.
talking cube. I mean, like an actual legit, like
no, for sure not.
I drafted
limited
modern. Was it Modern Masters 2? Yeah, we drafted Modern Masters 2.
In your store?
And, to answer DJ's question here.
Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about weird shit you can do on your own.
You just said that. Have any of you played sealed modern? I said, yeah. I mean, it is.
Okay, that's not what I mean. I mean, have you gone to a store, an event that's sealed modern? Usually when you go to a modern event, you're bringing decks.
Pre-constructed decks, yeah.
I don't know. I've never played a modern event, so I don't know.
So I'm just saying it's sort of weird because this is a modern set. Not really what you think of when you think of a limited environment, a sealed environment. It's
so to answer DJ, he's got DJ's got a big live stream going on for his birthday on the 29th. I'll try and stop in. Thursdays are getting a bit more difficult with me as far as work goes, but I'll definitely try and stop in, wish you a happy birthday. So looking forward to seeing you over on Mr. DJ Longhairs on June 29th.
Yeah, I can't give any promises either, and I try my best to tune into all of your channels. Lance, it's been a hot minute. Prime, I don't know why yours hasn't popped up for me lately. DJ, I trounce through from time to time. I do my best to get out there. Dual brain.
I was hanging out with Lance I think it was like 2 weeks ago. And his stream crashed. I don't know what that was about.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
he was doing pack openings, and then all of a sudden his stream just went down.
He pulls a serialized card. Oh no, the stream crash.
It's actually delayed by 30 seconds, and he pulled his serialized Ragman, and he's like, "Oh, stream crashed.
Oh shit! Oh damn!
You gotta be right back."
I don't even think he was in the middle of a pack.
Yeah, this was a terrible pack. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I saw he did pull a serialized card. I forget what number it was. One of the rings, I think, on his channel already. So it's pretty incredible.
I heard that one of the rings sold for $10K.
The
human, the elven.
I think one was like 13K. I think I saw. See if it's on.
And that's what I said before, is that even when the One Ring does get pulled, I don't think it's going to completely bottom out the market. But here's the thing: even with those serialized rings, folks, they're very rare. The vast majority of people paying $400 plus.
Okay, I got to share this screen. This is just fucking ridiculous. This set really boggles my mind. Like, I don't understand why people are paying or expecting people to pay like these kinds of prices. Like,
you should do
number 322 going for almost $4,000. Like, what the? All right, let's see what sold listings are.
Yeah, go to completed. That's what I'm curious about. What are people actually paying? $45. Nice.
Yeah. Well, that's for Cavernous Souls. $50. Yeah, oh shit! It's
Cavernous Souls.
Immune to reprints.
Not immune. That's 45.
Okay, this is fucking dumb. This is
mind-boggling to me.
I don't get it.
Hilarious.
I don't get it. Like,
no, you
can get it out over and over
now. No. It makes more sense now. It didn't make sense before. But those things are going over $160 now.
What?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
They come from regular bundles.
Oh, the regular
$40-something bundles.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought those were only the collector's bundles.
Nah.
No.
It's in
holy shit. The collector's bundles are up for $299.
That's what I'm saying. Like, none of this makes any sense to me. Like, I see what's happening.
I got a case at,
okay, here we go.
Okay,
this is a non-serialized, and it sold for 810 plus shipping. So 820 for just a regular Elven one.
Well, it's still serialized, right? 1 of 3,000. I don't see the stamp on it, but it says 1 of 3,000.
Yeah, because they told us how many of each of the non-serialized they're going to be.
Oh, they're not serialized, but they're still a limited quantity. Isn't the limited quantity the type? It should be serialized. Anyways,
absolutely.
What do you want me to say, Matt? I'm not Watsy, but yeah, I agree, Dualbrain, and I think there's a lot of people who are going to be very butthurt about all this. If you remember, your textured Kozilek, went for $1,000 initially, and it's now $100. So,
less than
y'all do what you want. I'm staying away from this. Other than this is perfectly fine. This is actually what I think is the most perfect product in their lineup right now, because we could switch to Spell Table, all have one of these, and do a throwdown on Spell Table, which I think is perfect.
Apparently, the set and the draft boosters even have box toppers as well. Set and draft.
Yeah, everything does.
Draft, collector.
They did everything they could to make this like.
When Rudy sells his $89 draft, I might actually buy a couple.
He's not going to sell them $89 drafts.
He said he will. He said that he's waiting a month until
July.
July.
Like a year.
He won't because
no. He said July. He's making sure that the product doesn't plummet.
He said he'll sell them, but he's not going to sell these 89 because he's not getting them at the regular draft prices. These are at a premium price.
I don't know.
He's not going to sell them at a loss.
89. He sold the other boxes at a loss, the collector's boxes.
No, he only sold standard draft at that. He didn't sell Dominaria Remastered at that.
I don't know.
He didn't sell Modern Horizons 2 at that price. And this is essentially Modern Horizons 3, just albeit a crappier version.
I can't believe these gift bundles are up to $300. That makes zero sense.
It's not going to stay that way, man.
No, I think it's just the supply's low, and there's only 5 up right now. Wait, hold on. There's only 1 up right now. 1 of 29. Vegas singles has 29 of them. I wonder if he like
Oh my
bought out
God,
the
that's
market.
no, that was the gift one. I'm receiving 2 bundles tomorrow that I bought from Game Nerds for $42 a piece. No tax, no shipping.
For the regular ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are the ones I'm going to crack. I'm going to keep the gift bundles that you see there. I'm going to keep the entire case sealed.
Yeah, I probably won't bother buying any of them or opening any of them. I bought 2 of them on Amazon for the $69 when they were listed. I probably should have bought more, but
$150. That's fucking stupid.
Hey, look, now you can't blame me, Matt, that I didn't point it out the second I said I saw it on sale.
Yeah. I made sure to be very forward with it. I was like, hey, you know what? Let's make sure that everybody is aware of this.
How much of the pre-release kit's going for now? You just had it on there. It was just down a little bit. Down. I can see it on the screen. Oh. It's on the screen if you go. There it is.
$40.
There you go. See, that's the perfect entry, folks.
Yeah,
you get one of those, just like what I
of,
got here. You jump on Spell Table with a couple of your friends, crack them open, create sealed decks. You have your own pre-release in your house.
Wow,
Bob's
they came out at 50. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Play 6 normal draft packs?
It's
That's
Mania.
not a good deal.
Go look at a draft box, please.
I did. They were 160.
Mm-hmm.
How many?
Rudy's
packs
not
is that?
selling those at 89.
Oh, 36.
I will bet you money.
At least they have 36 packs. That's nice.
And the topper. Everything gets a topper. You get a topper. You get a topper. Okay, if this.
But here's what I really want to look at. Outside of the
that's not a good deal. $38 is a bad deal.
What are the top sellers right now for the non-serialized,
It's like $20. It's not good.
The One Ring.
Yeah,
yes, and that's what I'm saying. So here's my whole point with this set, right? If you don't hit a serialized or a soul ring, you're going to feel pretty bad opening virtually any product.
It's a lottery. That's all it is.
So this Mania cannot last. And the toppers, I hate to say it, dual brand, the toppers are going to tank. It's just the way it's going to be. People are going to try to hit the lottery on the toppers. And so I have a feeling they're going to crack a lot of boxes and just open the toppers, trying to hit the toppers and sell the packs.
Jesus Christ, 100% loss in the last one day.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, this set is.
I mean, there are a couple of good cards, but it falls off real fast. Normally, you don't see the $10 break this early in a set. You know, there's not even 10 cards over $10. So I think it.
Yeah, there's definitely, and that's on release weekend, Pat.
Yeah.
That's on release weekend. This is the hype.
That's
period.
why I always include the losses here. You know, you tune MTG stocks just so, and you can see that everything right out the gate is just down. And I get that. So many people are chasing for this set. Like, the amount of collector packs that are getting opened of this is got to be number one of any set out of the entire history of Magic the Gathering. More collector packs and set packs are going to get busted than anything else. And it's just going to flood the market with stuff.
Oh, yeah. Everything's going to be dirt cheap except for the serialized stuff, which is going to be great. I might actually buy some real cards.
Well, I'm going to disagree. I think that the soul rings, any soul ring you get out of this, with whatever the special version is, even if it's not serialized, they're going to hold value.
I consider them serialized because there's only a limited number of them. It's the definition of a limited quantity.
That doesn't make them serialized.
Yeah, well.
There's just limited quantity, limited print run. But we have the same thing with, like with the Mythic Edition from.
This is fucking bonkers.
From
I don't.
They're selling. That's what somebody bought $750 worth of these bundles this morning.
I'm sorry.
You're insulting retarded people. You know that, right?
That's why I said I'm sorry.
These are Timmies. That is the best word that we can throw at people.
So I was talking to my buddy.
Just flooding to buy them.
If if the 6 boxes of this
That's a
that
list
I
mine.
pre-ordered, if they send me a sealed case, I'm just gonna turn around and sell the whole fucking case. Sorry, Matt. I'm just gonna buy you the nicest dinner of your
I was
fucking
about to
life.
say, wait a
and
minute, you promised one of those to Matt.
like I will
I'm
just
okay.
like
I'm okay with this. That's a good profit margin. I'm okay with this.
like yeah, I will just buy you like a $200 steak dinner. Like we'll go out and like get fucking Wolfgang Puck to make you something like risotto or some shit. Like this is ridiculous. It's somebody bought $1349.95 for $13.50 plus taxes and shipping. That's $1,400 for 6 of these fucking boxes. This is so dumb to me.
They only have one
That, like,
collector's
I'm
pack.
excited. I'm so excited for how stupid this is. Like,
It makes no sense. It has one collector's pack. If they spent another $150 more, they'd get 11 more packs.
But hold
Don't buy
on,
the collector's box.
I'm gonna explain what I think I see here as well. They're
I
probably
they want
looking
scenery cards
at,
too.
oh hey, no, what I'm betting is they see, oh hey, that's 6 borderless foil, the One Rings, right? That's $360 a year profit right there. But if you look on MTG stocks, did you see what the actual price on MTG stocks was? It's already down to like $24.
$20.
And I'm gonna bet
Yeah.
that drops down to like
TCG is down to
$5.
26. Oh yeah.
So I bet when they
Well,
made
I
the
know they're
order, they thought, I'm going to
exactly
get
the card
$70
are.
a piece for these One Rings.
They said
I
that
bet
there's
they thought
3
they were going to get
million.
$70 a piece for that.
There's 3 million collector's packs created amongst all the products that contain collector packs.
Right.
Which is interesting that we actually have numbers, but I think that's only because of the percentage pulled. I think people extrapolated that and made numbers from it. I don't know if Wizards actually said there's 3 million printed. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how bad these cards
they said
plummet in price.
They said your chance of pulling the One Ring is 1 in 3 million.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I'm saying the One Rings, the foil borderless ones are going to be $5 or less because they're in every bundle.
They're in everything.
That's a lot of bundles.
Like that's what's like really blowing me away about this is how fucking early we ordered, right? Like we did our pre-orders like I don't know, like 6 months ago. And now everybody's like rushing to get in on it. It was clear that this was going to be like the flagship item of the year, followed second only by Commander Masters. The Timmies that lost out on just like not paying attention on this product and how much hype there is right now is just an unbelievable maelstrom of people emptying their wallets and chasing. I went to the post office in town the other day because I sold a Flesh and Blood Majestic, so I had to get it in the mail. Cool. Kid stopped me. He says, "Oh, hey Pat, you come to the pre-release tonight?" One of the guys from the local gaming store. I was like, "No, I'm not going to go down, do the draft experience on this. I don't think it's like the way I want to interact with the product." Told him straight out right there on the sidewalk. It's like, if it wasn't for the ridiculously low priced pre-orders I had, I wouldn't buy anything on this, just some singles. There's some cool cards, but I am not chasing any of this. It's fucking
I actually
ridiculous.
think that's not bad. I actually finally did a review of it, and I'm like, yeah, it's not horrible. There's at least 40 to 50 playable cards.
Oh, for sure. Flowering of the White Tree is really good. There's like that halfling for 1 green pip. That thing's like a new Birds of Paradise.
Delighted halfling. That's a pretty good card. I like the whole not be countered for a mana dork. I'm like, hell yeah.
I agree. There are a lot of very good playable cards, but what's crazy to me is some of the really good ones are the commons. Why don't we just go ahead and bring that up a little bit, and let's just really highlight just a couple of the cards. I think we pointed it out before with the bats. I think the bats are just fantastic.
I did a 3-hour video of it highlighting all the cards that I thought were
sure. We can do it
My
here.
Throat hurts from that shit. I talked so much.
And I tried to tune in, but I was working, and I could only pay attention.
I was going to ask if you guys wanted to join, but I knew that it was a bad time. For
I did not have a good day at work. But there are plenty of really decent cards. I don't think they're like Ragavan kind of good. I don't think they're, Dockside Extortionist kind of good. I don't think that they're, Fetch Land kind of good. I don't think they're the Elementals from Modern Horizons 2 kind of good. This set pales hard in comparison to Modern Horizons 2. Sorry, like super hard.
Well, but that set is designed. It's just a bunch of reprints. There's a difference. Modern Horizons 2 is just a bunch of reprints.
It's not a bunch of reprints. It's mostly not reprints. It's very few reprints.
Okay.
I thought Modern Horizons 2 was a full reprint set.
No, not even close.
So we've got the One Ring as the top of the list. Wow. That's the sorting priced high to low.
And that can't maintain because it's not a great card. I think the white treat.
Yeah, no, I'd say that the market agrees with you very heartily, Bob, that it's not going. Although the last day or so, I don't think it updates over the weekend correctly.
It's also not fully released yet. Like once the product actually fully released, I think that's going to continue to go down.
Like in all honesty, there's a white blue one that's way more busted. I don't remember who he is. He's a legendary. And if you attack at the end of his turn, the opponent's turn, they get 3 white soldier tokens. If you don't attack, they draw a card. So no matter what you do, it's like if you don't get rid of that dude, it's just value. Like I'm like, oh.
Speaking of value, Orcish Bowmasters is a pretty tight little card.
I didn't see that coming. There must be a combo with him. I knew that he was good. And I'm like, this is a great card, but I didn't think $20 great.
Oh, Orcish Bowmaster?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that great because it's only during their draw step. Most people that draw like lots of extras tend not to draw them during their draw step.
No, it's except the first one they draw of their draw step. It's anytime they draw a card, not the first card. So if they like Sphinx's Revelation for like 7, you flash this guy out.
Yeah.
And it does 7 damage to any target.
Okay. It's a good card. I mean, it's...
Yeah, he's great. It's just I didn't think $20 great.
And
I think
super...
it's like a $10 card, in my opinion. I think it'll plummet.
Yeah.
I don't even think it'd be a $10 card, but okay.
I see the power in it, especially with how much you're able to amass. You can just, go tall real fast. But I don't think it's this price tag, especially with how flooded the market's going to be with singles.
That's a commander card where somebody does something to draw like 25 cards, and then you go flash, take 25 damage. It's like, okay, cool. That guy's not going to live on the battlefield. At 1 toughness on a commander game, which is the only place that's going to be really valuable, that Joker, I mean, I don't know, maybe there's modern decks that'll flash in and do some work, probably.
And the One Ring. I mean, it's a pretty solid card. For 4 colorless, you get a legendary artifact, an indestructible one at that. When this card enters the battlefield, if you cast it, gain protection from everything until your next turn. Pretty slick. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life for each burden counter on the One Ring. Tap, put a burden counter on the One Ring. Draw a card for each burden counter on it. It's a cool card.
This card's good.
Like,
but it did nothing in the game.
That's the thing. And it's in every fucking box. It's in
Commander.
everything.
I think it's better.
You can get it in
how
packs.
It's be in other formats.
I think that this chart is a good reflection of how I feel about this, and it's just going to do it again. It's going to be like fucking Dogecoin.
I think it's going to tank hard. I think that's going to tank the hardest in the whole set because it's just so prolific. It's everywhere. Yeah, it's funny. The most common card in the whole set's going to be the One Ring. There's a lot of the One Rings out there.
One Ring.
I'm a little sad that I didn't look at the commander decks. Like, it's not even on TCG. I don't understand. It's like I forgot about them.
Yeah, cool.
I probably would have pre-ordered them back in the. I don't know how much. Does Honey tell me? View price history.
And then Gandalf the White is pretty decent. I think it's really the border on this one that's making it higher up on the list.
I don't like this border, honestly. I don't like any of them. I hate it.
I like it.
I think it looks
like the art in the middle, but I like the border.
I think the border looks unfinished.
Okay. I like the border. I don't like the art in the middle.
It's like when you take a photo into GIMP and you slap it on the background and you're in the process of finishing it. I feel like just the I don't know, the solid background around the lettering just makes it look unfinished to me. I don't know. I can't explain. I
I
don't like
think
it
that
at all.
there's a lot of missing, like there's a lot of empty space on it. And for the most part, I'm not a big fan of it. This showcase, I think is what they're calling it, the ring showcase. There are a few that do look pretty slick with this. I don't think this is one in my opinion, but I feel as though it's a huge flavor win. This definitely feels thematic for Lord of the Rings, you know, above and beyond with the inscriptive artwork that they put there. You know, it's pretty elvish filigree and all that, but compared to a lot of, you know, the showcases that I've seen on Magic cards, that ain't bad.
Spiteful Banditry is a banger card. I really like this card.
So for X and 2
it's
red,
like a Meat Hook Massacre for red, kind of.
X 2 red, an enchantment when it ETBs deals X damage to each creature. Okay. Whenever one or more creatures your opponents die, you create a treasure, triggers once per turn.
I don't like the triggers once per turn, but I still think you're going to get a lot of value from it.
Yeah, for sure. And someone I was watching a review on this, might have been you actually, just casting it for 2 red. And it's like, yeah, after one round of the table of a normal EDH game, yeah, honestly, you're going to get payoff on that really fast, even if you don't use the wipe action.
And it's not going to get removed. Nobody's going to give a shit about this card. Because one treasure, whenever one creature dies once per turn, it's not going to be high. I was not going to say never going to get removed, but it's not going to be a high value target. Like Miha Massacre does it. Like since there's no limitation on triggers, it's a constant checking. This is just like, oh, I got a treasure.
Well, and
I got a treasure. Oh, look at that.
A particularly useful part of this is it doesn't have to be that opponent's turn. It just has to be on another opponent's creatures dying. So if like Matt and Bob are fighting each other and I've got this out, well, I'm still getting my fucking triggers. Yeah. So it's definitely a solid little card.
Especially if you card like Academy Manufacturer, then you'll get a treasure, a food, and a clue, and then
geez, yeah.
There's like any other
Academy Manufacturer is not going to live on a board. People will target that joker. They know already. Like, that card does too many bad things.
Hey, this is going to break everything, isn't it? Yep, cool.
Academy Manufacturer. I'm surprised it's only a few dollars, to be honest.
I pointed out Academy Manufacturer when it first came out as my favorite card of the set.
It's a good card.
And then we've got
there's one card in here that I reviewed yesterday. I have to figure out. I think it's a green card where I feel like, depending on the wording, it might go infinite with it, but I think that because it's a replacement effect, it doesn't.
I like this card.
I think it's kind of meh. It's competing with all the swords, and I think the swords are just better because they have protection on it. It's the same cost as a sword, same cost to equip.
Yeah, but getting 3/1 is pretty hardy.
Most of the swords give 2/2 and protection from 2 colors. I'd just play the swords. I would never play this in any commander deck. Unless maybe I'm playing Spirit Tribal, and I'm like, I have a bunch of lords where, like, instead of creating 1/1s, I'm creating like 3/3s.
Yeah, I'll be honest. My first thought was, wow, this fits in Kaikar.
Is Kaikar Spirit?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Kaikar creates spirit tokens, and then you can use any sacrifice a spirit for 1 red. So like, yeah, this is gonna pay for itself in like a turn.
I think there's a really.
I think it's a fine card. I don't think it's like, oh my god, it's busted like Ragavan or Fury or Subtlety or Endurance or any of those.
Well, what about Aragorn, Bob? How do you feel about Aragorn the Uniter?
I don't see
a card on the screen.
I see it.
The art looks dope.
Yeah, the art looks good.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think it does a bunch of nothing. I think it's just a dirtle card.
I'm ignoring this card.
I mean, it's not what I imagined in my head when I was reading the books. This doesn't ring Aragorn to me. I thought he had longer hair, but we always picture him different in our minds. And I think, Matt, you've got it right on the head for me.
And in cartoon. Yeah. And actually in the writing when they describe him.
Yeah. I think, Matt, you got a good read on it. I think this is definitely a whole lot of dirtle. Like, you're gonna have to reread this card 4, 5, 10 times every single game.
It also just doesn't do anything. Like, I don't know. Like, even if you get all of those effects every single time you cast a spell, I'm still like, okay. You're not
You
you
do
got a
realize you
1/1.
guys just cursed me now that's going to be my foil stamped card, right?
That's
my...
not, I mean, in limited,
Let's find out.
probably
Let's
a
find
bomb.
out. We're going to open this Joker right now.
Sure.
Live on camera. Oh, should I don't know if I could switch. Let me see if I can't switch. I'm going to do some bad content creator who nannies at the moment.
Look at
Not my Aragorn. Yeah, well, it is now your Aragorn. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. These are the choices. Like, Magic the Gathering is sold by a company that needs to make money and kind of toe the line. So I get it. I'm not a big fan of it. I like to be light with my humor in these instances, but shit is what shit is, man. I could care. I just want them to make, like...
It doesn't bother me literally at all. Not even the tiniest. But I'm not a big Lord of the Rings lore fan. Like, I didn't read any of the books. I read no comics. I watched no TV shows if there was one. I've seen each movie once, and I think I'm missing some of the movies. Like, I've never watched The Hobbit. So to me, it's fine, especially since that all of the Universes Beyonds are interpretations of the thing.
Right,
and they did work with the creators of of Lord of the Rings, so the Lord of the Rings creators were fine with this. Is it a play of what is not completionism?
Inclusionism.
Inclusionism, sure. It is, but that's fine in my opinion. I think it's fine. I get that.
And I think that you make a pretty good point there.
I like it.
You know, this is definitely one of Magic's biggest sets of all time. I think hands down, this is, you know, we'll look back at this release and think, holy shit, they went all out. They did everything they could for it. And I think this is just another sign of them doing everything they could to make sure this was going to sell as much as possible.
Do we know if the collector's packs can have the 1 of 1 ring? The sample boosters? The collector booster
sample boosters cannot.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because I was like, each of these precons come with a collector sampler.
Okay, no, Prime. I want Roseanne Barr to play the new Black Panther. It's just an overweight old white woman, all hopped up on.
They're very underrepresented.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Well, yeah, but white people don't need to be represented in more things. That's the point.
Yeah, right.
We don't need another white. We don't need a white person playing Black Panther because
we didn't write Lord of the Rings. Take it up with J.R.R. Tolkien.
Sure. Entish, you guys see Entish Restoration? That's a really good one. It's an uncommon. It ain't worth anything, but it's great.
So do we want to wait on opening then?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm totally fine.
I was just telling time until you're ready.
Yeah, same.
I don't know. Can you guys see my stuff?
Yeah.
We can. It's a smidge blurry, but it's good enough.
Is it?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Why is it blurry? Don't be blurry.
I don't know. It's very like 480p.
Shouldn't be.
I mean, I'm looking at it on a 4K monitor, so maybe I'm just living in the 4K
I'm
world.
taking up the same kind of tunnel vision. Yeah.
It just looks pixelated. It could be internet. I don't know. Either way, it's still visible.
Yeah, I don't know why it would be that way. Is there a setting I can change in OBS?
Is it digitally zoomed right now or something?
No.
Huh. That's what it kind of looks like. It kind of looks like it's like digitally zoomed.
Custom resolution. Should I change the custom resolution?
I typically force it to go in 1920. Well, that looks better.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that looks better.
Yeah, buddy. There you go. Look at you.
The only thing I did was kind of like just click it and click it again. Click it.
Yeah. Sometimes that's all it
takes.
Click
it. Wait, hold on. For our ASMR folks out there in the audience. How was that?
Ooh, what's it say on the side of the box?
Holy
I don't have
crap!
glasses
It's a
on.
dangerous business. That's all I got
Hold
to
on.
read.
It's a dangerous business not having your glasses on during a stream. It's a dangerous business, Frodo, going out of your door. You step into the road, and if you don't keep your feet, there's no knowing where you might be swept off to.
Whoa, dude!
That was a
Oh,
thumbnail and a half right there.
Fairy tales.
I love it. I dig it. I'm keeping it, dude. I'm keeping every piece of this.
Whoa, dude!
look,
Look at that.
They have
firing
they have a
on-
thing inside of it. Like if I was to able.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's some way to open it
see.
without destroying it.
Yeah, so the
Probably.
glue seam usually
Yeah, it'll
No, they
it'll
didn't.
pop off.
No, it won't. They use.
What do
real
you
glue.
mean? It's real
Yeah.
glue? It's not
they
the
make
tacky
it
glue?
surprisingly
No, it's not the
difficult
tacky
to
glue.
enjoy it for long term.
That's stupid.
Now I'm going to use a knife to separate that, but I don't know
Yeah.
if you can see down inside there. There's a hobbit hole.
It's a hobbit hole.
Dude. Show me your hobbit hole.
Show me your hobbit
On
hole.
camera, no less.
That's one way to get demonetized.
We got like
fast.
1 ring tokens. Oh, that's probably to track your the ring temps
the
you.
ring bearer.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of ring bearers,
Oh,
I
look, they
finished
have
the
they have the Sauron planeswalker symbol and the Elvish. Those look like leaves.
yeah, maybe
Sure.
Lothlorien.
No, this is dope. I like this. I just said dope.
I finished up
whack
a
diggity.
Sauron raid monster sheet. So
Oh, yeah?
Let me try not to suck at opening.
Yep.
So we're not going to open all of them right now. I'll just open some of it. All right. So I don't know if this is the good one. It doesn't seem like it, but it's a black and red one. I don't
looks
know what
pretty
others
good to
are.
me.
What do you mean? What do you mean by the good one?
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
supposedly, I think, some like special ones.
Oh.
Oh yeah, sometimes they do like a 1 in 20 boxes has like a special looking die.
I see.
I think there is for this. Somebody said there's a special die in it. Now I don't know if they just meant the fact that there's the die that has the Eye of Sauron on it. I don't know. Oh wow, look at this the script on the numbers. Right?
Yeah,
It's like
look
a
at
very
that. Look at that
Lord of the
swoopy
Rings
7.
script.
Yeah, it looks a little bit more
All of them,
stylized than
15,
usual.
Yeah, it's very much
like
more
that.
stylized than say these. Here's like to compare it, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's got more of that
Much more
like
stylized.
D&D kind of feel to it.
It has that like hobbitish sort of flair or elvish. Anyways, so there we go. There's kind of a first, huh? We're probably one of the first to show that. Thanks to Miss Sherry Vegas.
What's your box topper?
That is sweet.
Oh,
that.
cool.
That's the card. Oh, okay. He only has more ink on one side.
Something on the bottom.
I'll be honest, I thought that was like a life counter, like a spin down kind of thing, but now I'm seeing it's just like a stiff piece of artwork.
I'll show you a stiff piece of artwork.
So, it's perforated.
That's a little strange.
You got to keep it perforated. That's kind of weird. Is that like a misprint or is that supposed to be like that?
No,
I don't think
I've seen it set up like that.
Why? Oh, because you could use it as your ring bearer. I see. You slip that on top of your card for the ring bearer.
You slide it down? Why would you? That's terrible. What a terrible idea.
Know.
Huh.
Oh, there's some rules. The ring can tempt you even if you don't control a creature. The ring gains its abilities in order from top to bottom. Once it gains an ability, it has that ability for the rest of the game. Each time the ring tempts you, you must choose a creature if you control one. So you were right. That was like the one thing I got to call out in your stream, and I was wrong. Each player can have only... Okay, but I'm reading it now. Each player can have only one emblem named the ring and only one ring bearer at a time. As the ring tempts you, you get an emblem named the ring. If you don't have one, then your emblem gains its next ability, and you choose a creature you control to become or remain your ring bearer. Cool. And there it is. So there's the one ring card. Really don't like the perforation in it. There's this thing. There's the art.
Whoa.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
But I am
the real Strider, fortunately. I am Aragorn, son of Arathorn. And if by life or death I can save you, I will.
Oh, is that a movie quote?
It's close.
It was like, I have no clue.
I don't know. I don't remember
I
that being in
know.
the book, but I think it is. All right. So there's my Hoonyaker. That'll be very last. That'll be the last thing we open tonight.
Is that random?
This?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's random in every. They've done that in every release now in pre-release
Yeah, well,
kits.
I mean, they can change it.
Right? Yeah. For a long time,
What do
everybody
you
got
say?
a
One
Dollar
pack or
General
two, and we
store.
just come back to it frequently throughout the show. It's already 8 o'clock.
All of
We'll
them.
No, I'm not going to do all of them right now. We'll come back.
Why are
to
you
it
going to
later.
blue ball people? Just open the packs.
Because
They keep them on the edge of their seats. They pay
Keep
for the
them
whole
tuned in.
seat, and they
keep
only
them
use the
interested. They all want to know what this card is. There's your video clip of the week. So here we go. Rush the Room. Actually, a pretty decent card. I'm not going to go through each of these like
Rally at the Hornbird.
Rally at the Hornbird. Shelob's Ambush. This actually is a baller little card. Gives Death Touch +1/+2. Create a food
And
token.
creates a food.
Lorien Revealed. Hobbit Sting. Ents Fury. You were just talking about this, weren't you?
Hobbit
No,
Sting.
Ents
It's actually an
Restoration.
STD that goes around the Shire. They call it Hobbit Sting.
Quarrel's End. I don't recall this one.
If this was an instant, this would be a good
draw.
card, but sorcery, I don't like it.
Nimble Hobbit.
It's okay for like a human token deck. I also first read that it was created 2, but it's only 1. That guy's
Troll
shit.
of
Troll of
Khazad-dûm.
Khazad-dûm.
He might be a
It's-
decent
They
bomb
have a
in
cave
limited
troll.
Yeah, like
Knights of Dol Amroth. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter. Oh, look, it's a 5/6 full art card. Look at that.
Holy crap.
Quick Beam.
Quick beam.
What's that?
Start. I said, holy crap.
he's a
Whenever
tree
Quick Beam
man.
upstart or another enters the battlefield under your control, up to 2 targets get +2/+2. Excuse me. Must be the pollen.
It's not
And then we got a 4 for the Vicious Fell Beast.
It's pretty shit.
And what's that?
I don't like that card. It's pretty shit.
A
Maybe in
six-
limit.
a six
Maybe in
cost-
limited, it's all right.
I mean, it's not terrible if you can bounce it a lot. Whenever it enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature, create a food token for each creature sacrificed.
Yeah, I don't know
that could
food
be
strategies. I've never really played any food decks, so I don't know if that's a good card. But to me, it feels pretty shitty.
Rising of the Day. Oh, that's actually pretty decent. All creatures you control have haste. That's really
it's not too bad.
decent, actually.
The
Yeah,
legendary
creatures get
+1's
plus
okay
one.
too.
And then
I
we
like
got
the-
just
the
a rare.
cheap
It's a
offensive.
red rare. It is Display of Power.
Not bad.
The spell can't be copied. That's interesting text. How many spells say that in Magic? Can't be copied?
Maybe just this one.
Oh,
Wow,
it's
this is
because
like
you'd
a
be able to
fork,
make more
almost.
copies of the copy.
This is a modern day fork. This is good. Actually, I predict this is going to do well.
That's what I said.
Bob
It's not a
just
bad card at all.
displayed his power.
No, I'm serious. It's basically a slightly more expensive fork, but I mean, you can copy any number of spells. So if there's already been like a storm trigger, wow, that could be decent. And then a land, not even
Oh,
the crappy
shit,
lands,
that's a
but
good
actually,
card,
I'm
though.
thankful.
I could see that going
What,
in
the
a lot
land?
of decks, actually. I have a sliver deck I run
Right?
that in.
One of the most powerful cards, and then I got an orc army.
Give me
All
cardboard
right, we'll open one more
crack.
pack and we'll go a bit faster. So just because of the tease, but let me see. I'm going to peek and know what it is before I share it to you guys. Oh my god!
Hey, Twiddler, thanks for joining this evening.
So there are 2 cards ever printed that have that text, including Display of Power. The other card is
Wow,
called
that's interesting.
C Double, printed in Dominaria. Nope, March of the Machines.
Interesting.
And it's
All
4
right,
mana
so here we
instant.
go.
Can't be copied. Choose one. If an opponent has 8 or more cards in the graveyard, choose both. Copy target spell. You may choose new targets for the copy and create a copy or token that's a copy of target creature.
I think this could have some legs. I think this has a place in decks. The it's a blue mana dork.
That's what I said. I'm like, it's very rare that you see a blue mana dork, and it's a blue mana dork for things that blue players want to cast. They want to cast instant sorceries.
Well, not only that, it's a 1/3, so it gets around a lot of removal.
The mill is
And
fucking
it has
useless,
an additional
but-
ability.
Yeah, it's practically useless.
Yeah.
It's so
What?
expensive. 6 mana is rough.
What?
To mill
Oh,
3
the
cards.
ability? Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just,
the
but
ability
still,
is rough.
it's
Oh, yeah.
1 in a blue for a 1/3 that is a mana dork. I mean,
Yeah, remove the mill off of it, and it's still an okay card.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't think it's a bad card. And
We're all
Fury
in
again.
agreement. Except
Oral's
for
End,
Prime,
wow.
we all like it.
This is the one that was like awesome. They tried to build the deck.
I
around, but
love
it never
Mordor
triggered.
Trebuchet because the art on the token is hilarious. It's just 2 goblins strapped to a boulder.
Flying through the air,
Yeah.
hanging onto the thing. This was actually all right. I think this is going to get a lot of limited play, but it's not. It's never going to be
I don't like
constructed.
I'll do
Second
Mordor
record
all
was
day.
all right. Again, another good limited card. I thought this was okay. Whenever you scry, put a +1/+1 counter on these guys, and it triggers only once each turn. I thought it was all right for a common. Understand, these are commons, right?
Yeah.
I could see that being in an elf deck.
There are some very strong combos in this.
Now for wrath. Now
not
for
that one.
ruin. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. They gain vigilance until end of turn. The ring tempts you. Enraged Huorn. Bill Fernie was terrible. Theoden, King. Really?
Rohan.
Oh yeah, see, you're right, Bob. In the traditional books, his hair was actually shorter, which is the opposite of what they did with the Aragorn card. Good
He looks
eye.
he looks like the king from Walking Dead.
Wow. Hey, look.
Now it's all blurry.
Basically unadulterated.
Elrond, Lord of Rivendell.
Actually, really good.
He doesn't look enough like Mr. Smith.
Okay.
Just being a troll.
Why is the
Your
focus?
camera is
Trying to
dude.
focus on Theoden for some reason. It's like he shoved it into my face. Now let me look at it.
All right. I'm getting upset.
Whenever
Normally
you
the
hear
autofocus-
another creature enters the battlefield, you can scry one. And then you get tempted if it's the second time. It's all right. I don't know how, like,
Okay, it's
since
an
there's only one
uncommon,
set with temps, it's just kind of like it's hard to build
but
a
it's an
deck around.
uncommon. Like, this is a terrible card. I don't understand this card at all. What an awful card. They did Gimli wrong.
They
I
gave
read it,
him
I'm
the
like-
Dristord in treatment.
Yeah, when I read it, I was like, yeah, this guy's kind of shit.
Prime.
It's terrible. The only good thing about it is it's 3 casting cost.
It's a 3/2.
Whatever.
Why not even a 3/3?
Oh, look, I got one of the awesome. I actually got a forest-looking forest.
I was
Look at
just going to say, that one looks like a forest, though, Bob.
And you got ringed.
that. All right, we'll keep going. You want me to keep going? I'll keep going.
Yeah. You're on a roll now.
The set that breaks Bob's heart.
You've pulled so much
Dunedin
value.
Blade.
You pulled a forest.
This isn't terrible, not great. Okay, cool.
I think it's bad. I don't know about Unlimited, but I think it's bad.
I'm just saying in limited. It would never see constructed play. Smite the Deathless. Deal 3
This
damage
isn't
to target
terrible.
creature. That creature loses indestructible until end of turn. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead. Cool.
Yep,
Haunt
that's not
of the
bad.
Dead Marshes. Not bad. Willow Wind, just too expensive for what it is.
Yep.
Banish from Edoras.
Shit. The really bad swords.
Well, it's not even swords. It's way more expensive than swords. But
The really bad swords.
Prime. Eat the pack.
not eating the pack. It's not really. It's
Dude,
not
cards-
real food. Prime.
No, cards taste disgusting. I would
Well,
not
it's-
advise. I've eaten them. It's gross.
This is like a more expensive. What was that? The serpent skin or whatever it
Cameo
was.
safekeeping.
Oh,
and,
snake veil. Snakeskin veil.
Snakeskin veil.
Lembus is actually pretty decent. This can go in like
I don't like it.
I don't think it's bad.
I think it's horrible.
What?
You're paying
What
4
is
mana to draw a card and scry one and gain 3. And then you have to put it back into your library. It's horrible. I hate it.
What?
You're paying a lot of
What?
mana to do nothing.
You're paying 2 to scry 1 and draw. of any
and then you're
color.
paying 2 to sacrifice it to gain 3, and then it goes back into your library, which makes me sad. I don't want this to. I don't know. I don't want this at all.
Nah, like
In
I'm
white?
with Bob on this one. I read this and I'm like, oh shit, this is actually pretty slick. Yeah, I mean, you get to scry one and then draw a card for 2. Yeah, like
But in white,
this-
there's a card. There's an instant card that does better things. It's like the ring tempts you and you draw a card. I'd rather do that for 2. In white.
I just mean for
Basically
an
what
artifact.
Honestly, you know what this actually is? In all honesty, Matt, it's a 2 casting cost food token that scries and draws.
Yeah. I don't like food anyways either.
I think you're out of your mind. I think it's good.
Holy shit, mushroom
Mushroom
watchdog.
dogs, I think they're pretty high.
That is a ridiculous name for a magic card. Like
It's basically their version of bears with an upside. You know, 2/2/2/2. It's a 2 casting cost.
I hate that it's activated as a sorcery. You're already sacrificing 3 life per food.
Okay.
It's just
activate only as a
This guy-
sorcery.
This guy, I don't know what they were thinking. It's a white bear that is super narrow.
This is the good
Interest
card. I love
restoration.
this
I don't
card.
know.
What up, Richie? Good to have you here, buddy.
2 basic land cards. Oh, but it's sack a land. 2 basic land cards. Put them on the battlefield tapped. If you control a creature with power 4, instead search your library for up to 3 base.
It's
that's pretty
better
good.
Haro. I
Yeah,
like it.
I was just thinking the same thing, Matt.
Lost-
I think
Yeah.
Haro.
And I like Harrow well enough. One of my
honestly,
favorite
this
things
is
ever
terrible.
is to counter somebody's Harrow because they still have to sacrifice the land.
Yeah. There's a red card that in this set that does
Legolas,
that. It's like
counter of kills.
sacrifice
Ooh,
X
I like
lands.
Simic. Whenever you scry, if Legolas counter of kills is tapped, you may untap it. Do this only once each turn. Whenever a creature or opponent control dies. Oh, that's pretty decent. Put a +1/+1 counter on him. And he's an elf? Yes, please. Thank you. Oh, look. It's the
Hey!
lighted halfling. There it is. It's the
There you
one
fucking
casting
go,
cost.
yeah. For sure.
thing's
That
pretty
thing's a
dope.
solid hit.
That's a good one.
$10.
Yeah.
I bet this will end up being a $5 card. I think that's where this is
Maybe.
going to land.
It's pretty
What do
fucking
you
good.
mean? You think it's going to be more?
It's almost. It's kind of a better Burge in my opinion.
It's going for $9 to $10 right now.
Nah. Yeah, it'll drop down to that 5 range because it's a
I
rare.
think with as much as it's being opened, yeah, maybe, but
Yeah.
I think over the course of time, it'll probably go
Oh
back
look,
up.
I got a foil reprieve.
That one's not bad. It's a white counterspell with draw a card. That's not terrible.
That offends me.
It's not a counter spell. It is like a
It's kind of a
Remand.
counterspell.
no. It's like a remand.
Yeah, it's a white remand. It's not bad.
Not terrible. And then I got
Ooh,
Plains
nice.
with treasure.
Decent looking treasure.
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff, man.
Then
Keep it up, Bob. Keep it up, Bob.
Yeah,
Somebody needs to
Hue
make
the
a song like
Edgewood.
that,
It's
like
5 mana
do a mix.
sorcery.
I mean, you need to make a mix of that. Keep it up, Bob. Like some sort of techno mix.
Keep it up.
could
Keep
be-
it up. Keep it up, Bob. Boom, boom,
That
boom,
could be
boom, boom.
misconstrued as something. strange.
Gimli's Fury. There's another Trebuchet.
All right, he's playing the Trebuchet deck.
Yeah, fucking
Glorious Gale. It's a what is that? The counter target creature spell.
It's the opposite of negate.
Damn it. Whatever they. Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Matt,
Back and
see,
forth.
that's the great thing,
This is
Matt,
actually,
is
I
with
think, a
Master
pretty
Nexus,
decent card.
everything is a Trebuchet deck.
I think this would be a pretty decent card to put in like a what's his name? The troublesome guy from Dominaria United. The 5-color guy.
Joda.
Joda, yeah.
Yeah.
The one that's basically all legendaries in your deck.
I wouldn't play this guy. He needs trample. Give the guy some tramps.
It's a common. It's a 4/4 common with an upside. Whatever, man.
Yeah, he's bad.
Yeah, and if you're getting multiple combats, if you're playing that in Golgari or in Joda, yeah, for sure.
Well, it's really hard to put trample on a creature in green, right?
Exactly.
This is not
Oh,
bad.
this is actually really good.
Yeah, this one's okay.
Oh, dude, you throw that in the Niv Mizzet deck?
Mhm.
It's a
Yeah.
Thermal Metal Alchemist, just not with Defender. They're the same casting cost, the same effect. Although I think Thermometal Alchemist, I don't know if Thermometal Alchemist is the one doing the damage, so that might be a little different.
And honestly, I think this is decent enough too for a reanimator deck or just graveyard shenanigans.
Sure.
It's a real cheap cost. Yeah.
The Sam's Desperate Rescue. Yeah.
Yep.
It's all right.
Each farthing farmer, when it enters the battlefield, create a food token. When you do, target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each food you control. There you go. There's a food strategy. Get a
If
whole
that
bunch
had
of food
flash, it would be pretty cool.
Flash.
Rodrum
okay.
Spearmaster.
It's all right. Pippin's Bravery. There we go.
Oh man, he's gonna get squashed. He's gonna get
it's a bad Giant's Growth. It's so bad. I hate pump cards like this. They're just dead cards in most situations.
Why?
In Commander.
Wait, you have to have food?
No, you can. It's
Otherwise,
either 2/2 or 4/4.
Yeah. I'm not a fan.
I don't play these cards. They're just dead. I don't know. They're just wasted space.
Bro, can you get closer on that? I'm loving that artwork. Shit. Yeah, that looks really cool. That looks like it could be a wall scroll or something.
Yeah, because they totally won't make a wall scroll of this.
Nope.
No,
wow, you get but that's too expensive.
Yeah, this card's not great.
5.
It is a reanimator, but it just takes turns to get there. It's not horrible.
It is expensive.
It's like Elspeth Conquers Death.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Elspeth Conquers Death is still better.
Okay. I like it. I think it's not bad for an uncommon. I think it's all right. Mirror of Galadriel. That is way too expensive.
Well, it gets cheaper the more something legendaries.
Legendaries, yeah. That's just like the other one, like you have in Dominator United, where it's cheaper when you get more colors.
The right deck could be playable, but I doubt it.
Landfall.
This guy is stupid. Is this the one that's stupid? Hold on. Whenever land enters the battlefield. Okay, that's not the guy. There's a guy that's landfall that it only can trigger once. And I'm like, what the fuck's the point of landfall? Like, what do you mean it can only trigger once?
Oh, I got a rare land.
Rivendell. I want to be impressed. You could probably tell I'm not, though, right?
I'm impressed by that.
That is a cool orc army. That looks very Warhammer.
Okay.
Yeah, Rivendell's not the best.
Yeah, it's just okay.
All right, so do I open my last 2, save them for later? What are we doing?
You tell me.
You tell me.
There is no pressure, Bob. This is not specifically a pack opening channel. We do it for fun. We don't do it because we have to.
Oh, I've got a history pack, volume 1 of Flesh and Blood opening coming.
Oh man, yeah. Matt was doing some like spoilers, some of the big hits from that box he opened. I am really looking forward to that one.
My box was good.
1 casting cost human soldier. Creatures you control.
That's what she said.
Okay, not terrible, not great.
Oh no, we suck again.
Ooh, Sam's Desperate Rescue.
Yeah, this was in the last pack.
So was the other red one.
Yep.
Glorious Gale.
So was the counterspell.
Escape or Thank. Okay. Bag End
Porter again. Yeah.
Oh, and I tried to hide the good card. That's actually a good card.
Breaking of the Fellowship.
I nuke your bird with your other bird. Battle Scared
Goblin. I'm going to mispronounce that.
Eagles to the north. And
you got a border card.
Balrag. I like the showcase cards mixed in with the. Well, I guess these aren't showcases. I like the full border cards or the borderless cards mixed in with the everything.
Oh,
Those
it's
are fun.
cool. There's some goblins down at the bottom that the Lash is, needing
Smacking?
to kill them to sacrifice. To
Yep. Like, get over here.
Hmm.
Shadow summoning. Council's deliberation. Fiery inscription. This card, they drafted it and he was going to build around it, and they never cast it when they did have it.
Pretty good. It's basically Gutter Snipe, but in an enchantment. I'd rather have this than Gutter Snipe. Gutter Snipe's easier to remove.
And there's my rare, Rangers of Ithilien. So I did not pull a mythic yet in this whole
This one's
thing.
interesting. It goes and grabs a creature. It could be all right. It's like a shitty Gilded Drake. But I mean, it's still not bad overall.
It can go get you, like, I don't know. They're Bob.
Birds of Paradise.
What?
Yeah, any mana dork. If for
it
some
seems like a decent enough little card, but it's sort of overpriced.
Hey, look, I got the Plains Forest.
Ooh, Rohan. Love how it says Fangren
There
Forest
it is.
right on it.
Yeah,
I love
that
this
is
token.
that is adorable.
It's a good one.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't scream Lord of the Rings to me whatsoever, but I am a fan.
Well, yeah, is there even goblins in Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Yes. What?
I know there's orcs. I just didn't know there's goblins.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, for sure.
I've watched each movie once, and it's been like 10 years. So no, I'm not kidding you. I don't remember half the shit of the movie.
I'm revoking your nerd card.
At least I like it.
All right,
Some
here
people
we
don't
go.
even like
Give
Lord
me
of the Rings.
Ox. These are a bomb in limited, and that's the only place you'll ever see it.
Really?
What?
I thought this card was pretty shit. 3-0 and only minutes? I don't know.
There's a lot of legendary matters in this one.
Well, you realize
like
with
that.
the ring tempts you mechanic, they can't be blocked by things that have.
That is true. I guess you have the honorary
power.
you have the honorary ring tempter because they become a legendary too.
So if you put that on your ring bearer,
yeah, it becomes a lot better with that.
okay.
That's just bad.
Also, okay, twist a card out of their hand. Cool. Terrible cards in Magic history.
What are the masses?
That's the only good part about it. Masses too, actually.
Massive attack.
Okay, cool.
Flip on the ring. Another bounce card.
Great.
Yay! Because Flicker decks needed more of that.
Big fat butt tree.
Bewitching Beechcraft.
Oh, there's
that does look cool.
There's my full art. Wah wah.
I like the art of this.
Yeah, who's ever gonna play this?
Yeah, it's not great.
Nobody. Yeah.
I'm gonna flicker this and get a 2/2.
Good grief.
I love this card. Endless Restoration is so good.
There's another green one that we didn't pull any of them. It's a 1 green that you go look. You look at the top 3 cards. Get a.
I like Lost to Legend and the blue card that does this as well. Although I have to look up the. I like it because it's sort of
about controlling your. You're talking about controlling your opponent's stuff, putting there.
Yeah, or
it
like
it could save one of yours maybe in a pinch.
It's flexible. It's okay.
But I got a mythic.
Sauron.
Saruman of not that many colors.
Saruman
of half the colors.
Sauron of most of the colors. So he's a $7 card. Look at that.
That is a really strong ward.
I think this card's fine.
Sure.
Whenever you cast
Also
your
really
second
expensive.
spell each turn, each opponent mills 2 cards. When one or more cards are milled this way, exile enchantment, instant sorcery with equal or less from that spell from an opponent's graveyard. Copy the exiled. You can cast the copy without paying. Yeah, it's solid. That's cool.
You have to
It's just
depend on
very
your opponent's playing good
Oh,
of
look at
those
that.
things.
Ooh,
foily.
a foil
What?
forest that looks like a forest.
Foiled
Fucking-
forest.
No
Whoa,
rest, faux rest.
Mirkwood.
All right. And then another
Double
forest.
forest. Wow,
Oh, shit.
dude, and food.
Oh wait, that
Whoa.
forest really looks like a forest.
It is. It's the most forest of them all.
Oh my
got a
god,
hobbit
this has
hole.
been the greenest pack ever.
All right. So here we go. For those of you that hung around this long, 15 minutes.
It's gonna
There it
be
is. The Battle
bad.
of Bywater. Let's see what we have in here. We're not going to give away our arena code because we might play arena next week for you and have you watch us while we build decks and play and draft and do that since we can't do it today.
What's the official release
So-
date on Arena?
I don't know.
I think it's
And,
next week,
Hello,
Friday,
PR.
probably.
And our second card is probably in the same in every pack. Or maybe not.
Ooh, Wizard Rockets. That
You
looks
get
cool
two?
foil. Oh, you got 2 of them, huh?
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's
But this is
new.
actually not terrible, guys. Did you read this one?
Yeah, this one's fine. It's a pretty cheap board wipe.
Then
It's like
create
half of
food.
a
Why would I want so many
farewell.
fucking food tokens?
Yeah, you can make a lot of food tokens. Well, yeah, I mean if you have a bunch of tokens. Yeah, I
This
can see
just
Battle of
reminds me
Bywater
I need to
being
buy
in
Ratchet
play.
Bomb.
I'm just saying, like especially in Commander.
Ratchet Bomb used to be a staple. I don't really see many people playing anymore.
With how many token
This isn't
decks
bad.
there are nowadays and like Commander raids, like yeah, Ratchet Bomb's fucking dope.
I think it might be releasing on the 23rd. Oh, MTG Arena, here we go.
That looks pretty sick.
That
The
does
artwork.
look
As I
pretty
said, the
cool.
artwork looks sweet. I don't like the card at all, but the artwork looks great.
I
Yeah.
don't know. It's not a terrible card.
I don't like it.
Okay, you don't have to.
What's up?
Good stuff.
Did I do
Hey,
a good
thanks for
Smeagol?
sharing that
Not,
with
a,
us,
not a
Bob.
terrible opening. So, how would you have built a deck out of this? I mean, I don't know if we want to go through all that, but I would definitely be going green because of the big fatties and the Entis Restoration.
Yeah, 2
I
of
don't know what
those.
this secondary strategy would be. There's a lot of blue. Yeah, having 2 of these guys. Hell yeah, with the Ents. Maybe I'd go Golgari
Yeah.
and a Mass. Do a
That
Mass
way you
and
can play that kick-ass Gimli.
What? He's not Golgari. He's Gruul.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just saying. I mean, there was. I don't know.
Fuck?
Yeah,
Dude, I love that.
decent opening for sure.
Myco Simic, right? But blue just seems pretty weak in this set. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I know that you didn't open up very many good blue cards.
Have a good night, time capsule.
So there we have it. We had an opening. You watched Bob open some stuff. Plus, I mean, I get quick beam. Yeah, I'd definitely be going green. But it feels like I'd rather go green-white. Like there are just stronger cards in white. But I'm not normally a Selesnya player. Not normally. Well, what's funny is I am a Bant player. Oh, God. I don't think I could try to go Bant in this, though. Like, the set's just not strong enough to support 3 colors, in my opinion. Not enough color fixing.
It's gonna be banned.
The food replaces, the treasures, and that, I think, hampers the set a bit. I think that, in all honesty, they replaced the treasure tokens mainly with food tokens, but food tokens, I mean, unless there was a whole lot of life gain synergies, which I don't think there are.
Not so much that I've seen, no.
I think you play black in your cards that you picked.
But there's no like bomb black cards that I had.
You had
There's
multiple trebuchets. You had the Lash, which is a kill spell. You had the Haunt of the Dead Marshes, which is a good scry and recursion. I don't remember if you pulled.
But there was no like big. There was no like There's no win con. There's a lot of support in that, but not a lot of win con.
Well, I think that black would be one of the colors. I don't remember what else you got.
Oh, green would definitely be the stronger cards.
Yeah, would be pretty good.
That's what I said. Golgari. I said Golgari earlier.
Yeah, I love Golgari.
Yeah.
I don't know, but there was no like super bomb. The biggest bomb in the whole thing was Saruman of half the colors.
It'd be like a Golgari mid range. You got the Delighted Halfling. You got the quick start up ends. You got the Generous end, I think.
And I got that green girl. The better Birds of Paradise.
Yeah, the Delighted Halfling. It's a good one.
So
yeah, it's a sweet card.
Yeah, I mean, I see it. I see it spiking and then dropping.
You did get a troll. The troll unlimited, I have to imagine, would be really good. The one where he can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. That's a good bomb.
Yeah.
Triple menace.
But a mass is that's why I want to draft, right? I want to see exactly. I want to see the 3 of us draft. And honestly, no offense, Pat, I'd rather see Matt pilot it.
Yep.
Because I think he makes the decisions better.
Well, I'm terrible at making decks. Like I hold no like ill will against you guys. Like, you know, it is what it is.
I also
like,
I want to have the audience participate, right? I want to have the audience chipping in like what they think we should draft and like maybe pick.
Yeah, but you only have like a minute per card selection, right?
So I mean, we just say, you know, we pay attention to it. It's not that we follow it. We follow we argue amongst the 3 of us. And do we want to do either one of to give a sample of it? I do still have. Oh, do I have it still open? I'm not sure I still have it open.
Are either one of you guys a Trek fan?
Chuck?
So.
Trek, like Star Trek, Voyager specifically.
Sure.
Oh, that was.
I printed out on my 3D printer, my resin printer, and painted a model for my dad for Father's Day. I'm gonna share my screen here. I want you guys to check it out. Why did it go away? What? Oh, there it goes. So I 3D printed and painted this bad boy for my dad.
Oh, that's the Voyager.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice work, dude.
Came out all right. I'm not a professional painter by any means, but I did my best.
That looks fine.
I'm sure
it took me about 5 hours to paint that, so it took me fucking forever. But it came out pretty good. I'm happy with it. He loved it. He gave me a big hug. So I was pretty happy with that. It's all that matters. I got my sister. I printed her out some. Oh, I forgot. I primed them. I printed her out. It's her birthday yesterday. I printed her out some badges of the different factions. There's one for Klingons, Borgs, basically like their comm things, but it has like a loop for you can put on your keyring. But resin printing, they're fairly brittle. I think it would just break on your keyring. So better for like a necklace. But either way, they have like a little loop for that. There's one for the Federation, the Dominion, and Borg, and the Klingon. I'm gonna paint those tonight. Those will be way easier.
I was more into Star Trek than Star Wars for sure. A little bit more science based. I enjoy that.
I like Star Wars, but yeah, I like. I definitely grew up in a Star Trek family.
Oh man, I've been playing this city builder game lately called Farthest Frontier. Man, really fun. It's like, I don't know, 1500s era kind of stuff, and you just start a town in the middle of the wilderness. It's pretty interesting. It's kind of like Age of Empires meets Civilization.
There's a game on the Xbox Game Pass called Medieval
Dynasty.
What a good game.
Yeah.
That was a baller game. I hope they update the shit. I wanted them to update it. I feel like there's so much more they can do with that game. And I think it was in early access when I played it.
Yeah, my dad even played that.
It says recently updated. Hold on. Let's see.
Oh, fuck.
What is it? What did they do? What did they update? Is there like a history? Xbox? Help? Reviews. No, more? Okay. They don't have any details on the update. Information. What did they do? Okay, Xbox Game Pass, you suck.
Patch notes.
I'm looking for. Because there was, like I said, I think there's just so much more they can do with that. It's a very good game.
Oh, and fucking Nordic Ashes. I just want endless mode back. Come on.
Dynasty.
What are they
I
doing?
have. It's one of the few games that I almost have every single achievement in it.
Oh,
I'd have to like
it's
specifically
so
hunt
addictive.
down like the last like 4 that I need. Just because I think the obelisks are fucking useless.
Oh, dude, right? Okay, I thought it was just me. I watch a guy called Northern Lion, and he was playing it for a while, and he said the same thing. He's like, I just don't know why these are fucking here. I'm just never using these.
I'm never gonna waste my points putting it in there, you know. Okay, so it looks like patch title. So they have an official Discord server. They have a photo mode. The winter update. Okay, what's that mean? December of 2022. That's not.
What are you looking at?
There wasn't winter in Medieval Dynasty when I played it. So yeah, this must have been. Well, no, December. That would have been 7 months ago. When did I play this?
There was an update yesterday for this that is just saying that now you can play it in public staging, and there's a mild beta thing you can do.
It looks the update. I don't remember the way that this looks. This looks better. Like the graphics were already crazy, but I'm talking winter graphics.
Let's see. Oh, actually, yeah, they added in a bunch of stuff.
I was say there's a windmill in this picture. I don't remember there being a windmill.
3 new fences: butterflies, bees, moths, flies, dragonflies, fireflies, ants, and firebugs. Particle effects for a bunch of shit, like a bunch of stuff. Dust, cutting down trees, collecting nests. Yeah, so they went. Oh no, they fixed flying trees. No, now I'm never playing it.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, depending on how you cut trees, sometimes they would just like go fucking flying off. It's goddamn awesome.
7 new wall decorations. Whoa. New gate, new fence. It's now possible to build a snowman in the winter. Oh my god.
Ooh, something to do with the kid I hated having.
Over 20 new locations generated on the map. Aim assist for controllers. New break animation for employees.
Ooh, I don't know what that what's means. Bob got going on over here? Arena.
Opening more cards.
It's got some shit digital cards. Ew, gross.
Hey, so no joke, while Bob was opening those, I was thinking, man, Lord of the Rings has got all this hype. I wonder what Aftermath booster boxes are. They're like $55 to $65 for a box.
I don't know. Rudy said they're on the comeback.
Yeah, dude, they're coming back.
The bundles, dude, the bundles are.
Oh my god, a mythic empty card.
I almost want to pick up one of those bundles because those boxes themselves are really good. Ooh, the Funeral Pyre of the Kenriths.
March of the Machines. The set that I got completely hosed on for my collector's box. Yay.
You're the one that bought it. Well, we could draft if you guys want to try to navigate. Huh?
No.
Nah, let's save that for next week.
Yeah. Good. Then Matt can set up his OBS and I don't have to mess with it. Well, actually, we don't want to set up OBS, right? And we just determine that.
Yeah,
I'll just share my screen.
Yeah.
But
I would like to have audience input on it. You know what I mean? If possible. I realize that there's going to be some choices that are going to have to go too quick for that. And we just you select one, and if the audience says go different, we try to go different.
And just in
we are here to entertain
and stuff lately. A lot of big showcases went on over the last week or so. I don't know if you guys caught any of that stuff from either the Bethesda showcase, Microsoft, or Ubisoft. You guys keeping up on any of that stuff?
I don't think I've ever played a Bethesda game. That's not true.
Oh,
Bethesda. What games do they make?
Fallout and
Yeah, I know Fallout.
Skyrim.
Everybody always says Fallout. I've never played a single Fallout game. It's just, I don't know.
Fallout's
played-
first-person shooter, right? I'm just generally not big into first-person shooters.
Our games. Okay, let's see here. How many have I played? Nope.
Nope.
I played Oblivion for about 2 hours, and I hated it. I played Morrowind for about an hour, hated it. Oh, that's probably why. Oh, yeah, Skyrim, never played it. My buddy loves it, but he also loves all the Fallout games, too. So, I don't know. Yeah, I never played any other games.
So you're
I
probably
thought you were
not
talking about
interested in...
Starfield.
Yeah, exactly. I've been,
Well-
just soaking up Starfield news.
But isn't Starfield just... I mean, I haven't looked at it, but the way you described it reminded me of the one game that I was playing.
That one.
No Man's Sky?
Yeah, No Man's Sky. That was a good game.
Yeah, so that's how a couple of journalists that have had hands-on experiences with it is that it's pretty much No Man's Sky and Fallout or Skyrim made into like one game.
Huh.
I'm super looking forward to it. Personally expecting to play hundreds of hours of it. It's the first-person Bethesda games are, my bread and butter. That's definitely my type of game. Nothing like having a spaceship flying around and being a pilot and astro pirate.
These fucking patch notes are great for Medieval Dynasty. Added sounds of eating bread and soup. Okay.
We need more immersion in our games, Bob. Okay, that's
Probably obnoxious. I hate the sound of people eating things. All right, well. You guys watch any of the Diablo 4 news?
a little bit. I checked out some reviews, but I actually still haven't picked it up. I think I'm probably gonna wait until it's on sale or something.
And I haven't played it.
I'm waiting for season 1. It should be sometime in July.
Yeah, all the reviews and stuff I've seen, it comes off as rather fair of a game. I follow a guy, Mr. Llama SC, I think it is.
I like Mr. Llama.
Yeah,
Donut Girl, isn't that his
Diablo
girlfriend? Bagel Girl, Donut Girl, something like that. It's his girlfriend.
Sure.
And Riker as well, and it seems to have a fair reception so far.
Hello, folks. Riker here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Listen.
I've watched a lot of gameplay. I've watched a lot of streamers play. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. It's all on my fucking feed. Because I subscribe to a lot of Path of Exile players, and since it's like the same genre, they're all playing the new hype. And like a lot of them, I see they're now playing Path of Exile again. So it tells you how good the game is.
Yeah,
there's a lot of flaws with
telling.
it. Hardcore players dying to bugs is like not great. It looks like not really good. Like the fact that only 300 of the spots on Lilith's statue is filled and there's still 700 remaining is a bit of a problem. I don't know if that means that nobody's playing hardcore or if that just means that the game's not actually as popular as they're making it out to be. I'm not sure. They said that they have 350 million hours played so far. That's a lot of hours. I don't know how many players that is, but
my problem with the game is that it just wasn't different enough. There wasn't like any kind of innovation, in my opinion.
Yeah, we all
different. Sure, it's different from Diablo 3, but it just wasn't like enough to hook me and go, "Ooh, I got to play this version of it." Like, there was a huge difference between 1 and 2, right? And there was a big difference between 2 and 3, but I wasn't in favor of it. I liked it when they had the real world auction hall, and then they squashed that. And I'm like, all right, well, okay. Now you got rid of the hook. And this just has nothing. It offers nothing new. It's like, come up with something new.
Yeah, it seemed like they took the safest routes they could. They didn't really innovate anything. I got to get in on the public beta there, and it was fun and everything, but in no way revolutionary. It didn't feel like it was pushing any boundaries.
Do you want to know how I would describe it? Diablo 3 and Path of Exile had a baby.
I don't think it has anything to do with Path of Exile,
Hmm.
in my opinion.
Oh, with the way that you build your talent trees.
No, all they did was took Diablo 3's skills and just put them on the passive tree. That's all they did. If you think about it, all the runes of all the skills.
Oh, god dang it! I'm paused. Yeah, that's like some sort of Amber Alert.
I'll say I also got the thing.
So I paused my phone while I got the Amber Alert. Thanks.
Anyways, like I was saying, they
I
took
don't
all
have
the
an
runes
Amber Alert. My phone's fine, guys. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're not in the same 20
because
minute
we
radius,
live
Matt
like
and I are.
1,700 miles apart from each other.
Well,
yeah, they
I
took
live
the
like
skills from Diablo 3, all the
17
runes,
miles
and they
from
just took 2 of them and put it on the actual skill itself, and then they put 2 of that on the skill tree.
Mm.
I would say that the
Okay, but that's all
Paragon
I'm saying
board is closer to PoE, kind of.
I'm just saying it's not a carbon copy, Matt. I'm saying it's like they tried to merge the two.
It's Diablo 3.5. That's what it is. And
Yeah.
they're like this is the bullshit that I was watching a dev interview. They call it a fireside chat or whatever fuck.
Jesus,
And it
not
was
again.
it was pretty good overall. It was pretty good. They discussed a lot of things, but they were like, people were asking for specific things. They're like, well, why doesn't Diablo 4 have this? Why doesn't Diablo 4 have this? Why is there no search feature for certain spots? And they were like, well, listen, guys, Diablo 3 was a 10-year game, so it had 10 years of evolution. Diablo 4 is brand new. It's going to have those features. It's like, no. Diablo 3 had 10 years of experience so that you can make Diablo 4 the better Diablo 3. It should not need 10 years to get the features that Diablo 3 already has.
Well, that's similar enough with No Man's Sky. Is they had a lot of promises, and when the game came out, there wasn't a lot there, and it took a couple of years for it to really get fleshed out and be the lived-in world people are playing in now. And it's terrible when game companies push out a game and then just continue making it after it comes out, a la Cyberpunk. What the fuck were they going to do if they actually released that mess when it was supposed to have come out? They put it out like 18 months afterwards, and it still was a shit pile.
I never played it. I don't know. I remember people saying it's beautiful.
There's nothing in any of that that's like hooking me. Oh, I got to go play X. There's nothing out there right now that's making me do that. Honestly, I'm actually in a stagnation. Magic's got me in a real pickle, and it's just kind of turning me off at the moment. When
if you want, we can open up some Flesh and Blood.
Another history pack.
Yeah.
The history
I've gotten 2 history packs because they were on eBay, I think it was, and I offered, and I got them for $80 each. Okay. I was like, well, shit, that's like 20% off the market.
I guess the thing that turns me off about Flesh and Blood is the Mortal Kombat head-to-head style. Right? It's just feels like Mortal Kombat on paper.
They actually just had some mild news about the PvE stuff. I saw Alex over on Ashen Wings TCG. Check him out if you guys are unawares. Really great content creator. So comment section, head over, check that guy out. Really good stuff. Alex had made a video I haven't checked out yet, but there was some news on the PvE of Flesh and Blood. So I think maybe, Bob, that would be an interesting way for us to be able to get in and play some together. I'm
more interested in that, but I guess what I'm saying is even beyond that, even if I'm going to play some sort of face smashing game, like I'll play regular Commander now and then, and I'll draft it, and I certainly like multiplayer. Like this is my preferred way to play multiplayer. We just get a sealed set and we go over to freaking spell table and 4-player free for all. That I think is I enjoy that a lot actually. But what I mean by it's Mortal Kombat, right, is that the play system seems fairly narrow. Like it's channelized in like in Magic, you win in so many. You don't know what somebody's doing. You're like it's got so many. And I granted there are 30,000 cards, but even before that, it was a complex way of the rack and the vice, and that's how you're going to win. You're going to twist cards out of their hand. You're going to counterspell and lock them down. There were a plethora of ways to win. Oh, you're going to mill them out. It was never just as narrow as I'm going to smash you or you're going to smash me. which is what it
I
feels
mean,
like in Flesh and Blood.
there's control.
everything
And
I've-
actually, control was rampant for a while in Flesh and Blood.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was the stall method, basically, just constantly just blocking all of your damage. And then there's aggro, mid range. I get what you're saying. There's no alternative way besides just punching people. But there is an exhaust method, which is what I'm talking about. So like if you have no cards in your
Okay.
library, you exhaust
It just
and start
doesn't
taking
feel
damage.
as
It's kind of mill. It's like really
doesn't
long
feel
mill.
as diverse as the play in Magic. Is all I'm gonna say.
And I think that's one of the things that
It's
as we
different.
get new editions, they're only coming up on their 10th set, and that's coming out next month. Yeah, next month, I believe it is. So there's still a lot of development as far as the different interactions and the way you can build decks. But a lot of that is really booming right now. Somebody I'm trying to get on the show here in a couple of weeks, hopefully, and we'll see how that works out. But he does a lot of deck techs on Flesh and Blood, has his own podcast on it. And one of the things he really highlights is the variation in ways that you can, make your hero. You really can personalize decks in a different way now. And I think we're going to start seeing a lot more of that as we get synergistic stuff. We're starting to see some real big combos. So, maybe in the future it'll be something you want to dip back into.
Like what I'm saying is I'd like to have it where you don't have equipment and you don't have a hero and you don't know what's going to come out of the person's deck.
Well, that's just kind of core gameplay aspect of it. So
and that's what I'm saying. It's kind of that with what it is with the head-to-head Mortal Kombat style. Right. At any rate, this is my take on it, and that's why it hasn't hooked me. But then when you play Destiny, which I really like, you have your heroes out there, and that's very much like Flesh and Blood. Though you don't start with a bunch
of Star Wars Destiny. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I really like that.
Yeah.
I was like, Destiny's a first-person shooter. How's this anything like?
No. Star Wars Destiny. We're talking TCGs, and I'm talking about the fact that you have your heroes out on the board at the start of the game.
You have to roll them in, but yeah.
Well, you roll them in, but they're still present. You don't have to go find them in your deck. They're out there right at the start.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing in Flesh and Blood. Kind of like a commander out there. But at any rate, I'm just saying, I hope to get into it someday, but it just hasn't hooked me quite yet. For Flesh and Blood. I want to see it do well as a TCG, and I may never get big into playing Lorcana, but I want to follow it as a TCG, and I want to see it do well. I have other TCGs I don't play either, like the original Middle Earth. Have you ever heard of that? MECCG. I should bring up an image on that. Came out in 1995. It was right on the heels of I have two of the limited draft boxes. But it was the first Lord of the Rings TCG. And I bought into it like thinking, oh, this is going to be the big thing, like back in the day. I don't know if we could I'll get some images maybe.
When we go to Gen Con, I'm going to bring...
yeah, there's some of the artwork. I love the artwork. Yeah, that's the One Ring. I can see it right there. That's like the biggest card in that whole thing. It's the One Ring. It's the ring. Yes.
The ring. Look at it.
But I just love the feel of it. I love the soft like edges. There's Saruman the White up on the top left. I know him. But I dig the look and feel of it. I really didn't enjoy the gameplay that much. But it was very much on flavor and thematic. But I wanted it to do well. And it didn't. People still play it over in Germany. That's not it. That's a different Lord of the Rings game that came out at the time that the movies came out. And that's not even the original one. Again, that's a different Lord of the Rings game. That's a board game, which I really love. And it's like Imperial Assault.
Board game is fun.
No, that was a different one. Are you talking about the one you and I played?
Yeah, that's the one I like.
No, this one has miniatures. The Lord of the Rings card game, which I think that's down there. Yeah, down in the bottom right, the related content. No, over on the right. Yeah. Like these, I don't know what that one is. That must be an expansion to it, but that's the game. And it's co-op, and I love it. It's hard as shit though. Those are not. Those are the board game. That's a totally different game, I think. No, that's it. That's the game. I can tell by the tokens and the card types. It's got Gandalf in it. But oh yeah, there it is. That was no. If you go back, that might be like the version 2 or something. If you go back, one was the base game. That one.
I can
right
just
there.
go
No.
grab it if you want. Like
Right there in the middle.
I have it on my shelf.
Move down. Sorry. Yes, that is the original base game.
That's what I have.
And you have to have it to play.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's a real good game.
It's hard, and you can play it solo. Actually, it's a PvE game. Really, really fun.
Interesting.
Really hard. It's very difficult. It gets out of control pretty quickly. And there's lots of expansions, but it's not a TCG. It's a LCG, right? They had
a living card game.
Oh,
fuck, my card's alive. What is this, Yu-Gi-Oh?
Well, it's like, like when the new set comes out, they have like one box like this, and all the cards are the same in every box. Right. Which is what people are trying to get, Magic to turn into. That cards should all be cheap. Well, when they are like that, you end up with an LCG instead of a TCG. Right. There's no tradability in cards that are in every box. Instead of trading for it, you just go buy the fucking thing.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Matt. As I was closing out Steam here in the background, it looks like Medieval Dynasty is starting beta testing for co-op.
That's what I want. That would be a really good game for co-op.
Yeah.
I would definitely play that with you.
Did you ever mess around with the
Medieval Dynasty is like,
if you ever see Ark, the game?
Yeah, Ark Survival,
like the dinosaur survival one.
Yeah,
Imagine if
medieval,
where I just died over and over again on that beach, and I said, "F this game."
Well, so there's no real monsters because it's just medieval era 1200.
There's bandits.
Ireland
they don't attack you.
Yeah, but you go around, you chop down trees, you plant crops, you build houses, blacksmiths.
You invite people to your village, and then they fill roles, and then they're like lodgers, and they go and get wood. There's fletchers, they go get food for you, and it's a builder. Your city loggers, yeah, sorry, it's a
Lodgers
city builder.
People staying at your hotel.
They're just laying around. It's a city builder where you
lodgers,
you have to make sure you have enough food to feed your village. You have to make sure you have enough money to pay your taxes. You're actually physically building. You go out and you collect all the materials, and then you hammer down the floor. And then you put up a wall, walk over to the wall, put up the other wall.
So it's very much. It's like Ark meets Age of Empires or Civilization meets
similar to that. You actually there's quests. You go and you're go to this next town and talk to the king's crier is now in next town. Go talk to see what the king wants. You have to prove yourself to the king, and just all kinds of cool shit.
It's pretty fun.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to open it.
Very good. Yeah.
Oh no.
What is the likelihood I'm going to get more than one time ever getting 4 people together to play the pre-release?
I would play one, but I don't have it. I'd have to go get one.
They're charging $45 to $50 per.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, I'm cool with not doing that too.
I can just order
it. Try. They're out of stock almost everywhere.
But they're on TCG for $38.
Yeah.
Plus shipping and taxes.
I think that was. I think wasn't that not all in?
It's always taxes. They never
$38.90 and then taxes. Yeah, so $40.
Not a very good price.
Not particularly.
I want to open it, but I am getting my bundles tomorrow. My 2 regular bundles.
The regular bundles.
Does the collectors come out at a different time?
Yeah, July 7th, I think it is.
Wow.
I think Amazon said they're sending them out July 10th, maybe.
Yeah. So, waiting for bated breath to see if I get a case of them. Either way, I've got 6 on pre-order. So, I'm still going to just sell all of them. If they stay at the same price, I'll still hook you up with one. But if they send a whole case, fuck, man.
Dude, if they're 300, just fucking sell them.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I think you'd be way happier about that. Yeah.
I'd rather you get the extra fucking $250.
Right.
Wait, no, the case was selling for like
1,400. Yeah,
1,400.
$1,350. Jeez, my
So
voice.
he's getting an extra. He's getting an extra $1,100.
Yeah, it's just, Jesus, so ridiculous.
Seems pretty solid.
What, quadrupling his money? That's not bad.
Yeah, it seems.
And have
pretty
you
good.
guys looked at the Commander Masters pre-con individual card prices right now on pre-sale? Like all of those are fucking ridiculous.
Dude,
like the Sliver Grave Mother and stuff like that.
If you're talking about pre-release and release hype, first of all, I don't even want to get into that rat race. Could I turn around and sell these things as fast as possible? Sure. And then you get into it. Oh, mine's not selling. Got to drop $10. Oh, it's still not selling. Got to drop $10.
Race
Oh,
to the
still not
bottom.
selling.
Yeah.
And then you got to hope that the person doesn't screw you over when you do go to actually. It's just no. I'm in it for the long game. We'll see. I'm going to hold on to my case, see where it goes years down the road. And if the One Ring never gets open and all these people go through this mania of opening all these things and I still have a sealed case, okay, I'll sell it later.
Right.
Dude, I swear that it's not in these boxes. It's still sitting in the fucking CEO's office. He's just waiting for the sales to become like the best set they've ever released.
I think that opens them up to way too many lawsuits by pulling that kind of shenanigans.
Maybe.
They regulate that shit anymore, man.
I don't think they ever said when it'll be put in there. They just said it will be in the 3 million packs that they printed.
No, they have to in order to put that odd on a pack that they've already sold, it has to be in circulation.
Oh yeah, I guess it's like a lottery ticket being like it's 1 in 16, but like you never can win.
No, what I'm saying is they can't put that on the pack and then it not have the possibility. That's fraud.
That's what I'm saying. It's like lottery, which you can't win, but they say you can.
No, people win it all the time. It's just that it's what I don't think people understand is the law of large scale, meaning just how difficult it is to pull 1 in 3 million.
Yeah, it's
just play a video game that has just create one yourself with random numbers.
Yeah,
and, 3 million, and it can only come up on one roll, and then see how long it takes you if you have to click the button every time to roll it.
And it costs you $45 every fucking time you do
years.
it. Yeah.
Listen, I play Path of Exile. I work with odds that are high all the time, but not that high.
Right.
I'll hit odds that are like 1 in 100K, which is still insane.
Like Terraria and Stardew Valley will give you like percentage odds on stuff.
Terraria.
And
okay, and just to emphasize that to you, Matt, the odds of 1 in 100,000. The One Ring is 30 times more rare than that. That would be like your 1 in 100,000 odds hitting it 30 times.
Oh, I know. And it's very rare to do the stuff that I've done in Path of Exile. And that's the reason why I'm not buying any of the collector's boxes.
It's very rare for people to hit the 1 in 359 million Powerball, but they do it.
I was telling my dad and my mom about the One Ring and the whole fiasco of people paying like way too much. And my mom's like, "Did you buy any collector's boxes?" I'm like, "Fuck no." I'll go play the lottery. I mean, I don't have better odds playing the lottery, but like
you have worse, a lot worse.
Cheaper point of entry.
It's a lot worse. It's like 30 times worse, but still. I think it's like I think winning the Powerball, I think it was like a 1 in 302 million.
100 times worse. I think isn't the Powerball like 1 in 357 million?
That's what I just said. It's 1 in 302 million.
Okay, that's not 30 times worse. That's 100 times worse than pulling the One Ring.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, that's why I don't gamble. Like opening Magic cards, like opening Flesh and Blood packs is the most I gamble. Like that's
I will say opening like $1 million worth of Lord of the Rings cards would be way more fun than playing the lottery.
Sure.
So I guess there's
and
that.
you would probably get a whole lot more back out of it.
Yeah.
Like just financially, there'd be enough cards that you could open in that you may not get your money back, but and that's what I'm talking about with Magic. Everything is that kind of loss at this point in the game. Like we're looking at 50% plus losses where, compare it to decades past where when you would open a box, in honesty, you used to expect, like 80 to 90% return on your money. Not 100%, but 80 to 90. So it wasn't that bad to hope that you would pull that one box that would be above the averages.
Right.
But now I think the averages are way lower. And you're probably
my
getting...
March of the Machine opening was a fucking travesty.
But that's just not it. Like, we opened a whole case, Matt, between you and I for Pabo. And it was abysmal.
No, I still have... Yeah, I still got one more draft booster. I should probably open that. It's got all the fire, right?
We opened
it
like
we opened like boxes of the case. Unless did you only open 2 or did you open just 2?
I only opened 2.
Yeah, so we have 1 box each. So we opened 4 boxes, and of our 4 boxes of the case, it was just mine were okay, but I still didn't break even.
Mine was off. We did it live. Mine was
I didn't break even at $89 a box, and they were way higher than that at the time.
I think you got around 60, and I got around like 30 or 40.
Yeah, it was not great. And the fact that the March of the Machines collector box that I opened has it barely broke $100. That's not good.
DJ Stream, when I opened the Baldur's Gate, I paid $95 for that box, and I got $21 back out of it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things. MTG box analysis. Anthony does really good work on, analyzing MTG boxes, and it's very apparent that the house always wins. Yeah, for sure. You're not supposed to make money on opening boxes by any stretch.
And I'm fine with not making money, but an 80 to 90% loss on average is just...
It's a hard pill to swallow.
Pitiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be okay if I
the cards I want
only lost 20% on average, because at least I'd have fun opening the boxes. But at this point, if you're losing 80%, it's just it's a
and
murder.
I think that's what we're going to see a lot out of Lord of the Rings. Just wait till these prices fall, because cards are going to start hitting market.
It's going to be ridiculous.
I'm going to buy singles. It's going to be great.
What I'm saying is the people buying all of these collector boxes in a craze, there's going to be a lot of hurt butts out there. And I think that Commander Masters is actually going to be worse.
Yeah. Well, if people buy into it, that's the thing. If people buy into it, but so far there's no huge chase in Banner Masters. Don't get me wrong, there's some big hit cards, Jeweled Lotus or Dragon. There's still some stuff that's yet to be spoiled, but not the same type of chase that there is for the Lord of the Rings set. So I think the price for entry on Commander Masters is definitely going to be one of the biggest hurdles for that set, especially following up this fucking monster that we're
apparently seeing. $400 wasn't too big of a hurdle plus for people to buy Lord of the Rings collector boxes, which look at the price of the cards, people, in the set. They're just they don't you better pull one of those freaking soul rings to try to recoup break even.
Well, and I think that's what people are, paying that much for.
It's gambling.
I don't think
it's like a bad gambling too. It's oof. Ooh. Buy the singles from all the gamblers that are out there buying this product, cracking it, and losing, folks. That's my advice to you. Take advantage of their, what do we call it?
Bad decisions.
No. I'm trying to come up with a positive way to spin that. Adventurous spirit. How's that?
Yeah,
Take
right.
advantage of their adventurous spirit by buying the singles. They're trying to recoup a minuscule portion of what they're losing.
So I've discovered something very strange. The Sliver deck is no longer on Amazon for Commander Masters. It's just gone.
Oh, weird.
When I go to view my order,
you bought 2, right?
No, it's gone. I ordered one, and when I click it, it says, "Oops, can't find it."
In your order history?
Yeah. When I click on Sliver deck, it says, "Sorry, we cannot find that page. Try searching or going on Amazon." I go to Amazon, it doesn't exist. It still has the order there. And when I click on order details, that's still there. The other 3 decks are still there. But if you go on search on Amazon, the Commander Masters, it ain't there.
Are you getting the dog?
Yeah.
I've never seen it before.
Yeah, it's completely removed from Amazon.
Yeah.
The three other decks are fine, but
product
the
page,
sliver
like,
deck, it's gone.
yeah, it's got no like information on it. And then when you click on it, oh, these are different dogs. This is super fucking
And
weird.
I'm actually, you know what? And I'll say this for all the people out there that feel bad, like you missed out on getting our $45, $46.
Yeah,
What do we pay? $48.
$48 and change. Yeah.
$48
Gift bundle.
Collector's gift bundle, right?
Hey, we told people in our Discord that they were 69, and I don't see many people order.
Okay,
and
it doesn't matter. My point is, the prices are going to fluctuate. They're going to go up and down. Like the one product that I still stand by and is still doing just fine is M30. I don't care what people say. I buy the products because of my belief and faith in them. I still think that the Dominaria United ultimately over time will end up being fine because you can open a Legends card in it. That will carry it ultimately.
I opened one. I have a Legends card.
I'm just saying,
so good.
The possibility of pulling a Eureka in one or a Tabernacle, that allure will always be there. And over time, when people look back fondly and they can't afford to open up a Urza Saga or a Revised or something, and they say, "Hey, wait, but I can buy, a Dominaria United collector at a reasonable price," then they will. And it's just to take a shot at an old school when Legends packs are $10,000+ $15,000 a pack. That will ultimately happen. So those kind of things I stand by. The gimmickiness of Lord of the Rings, I don't think will ultimately carry it through. I foresee the Soul Rings dropping drastically in price over the next year.
Yeah,
we saw the same kind of thing with the foil etched cards, which I believe are far more rare than those.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think that we'll see a lot of this. Is the very, very, very hype period. This is the most hype period of this set. And here's the problem: when you get to this feverish pitch of hype, right? I'm looking at you, Great Tulip Bubble, and how you can go look that up. People become desensitized to this. The hype just won't. Like, how do you go beyond the 1 of 1 ring?
I was going to say, what's after this set? Because that set's going to fucking... it's just going to bomb.
The 1 of 0
Commander
ring.
Master.
Is it really Commander Masters right after this? Oh.
So, again, that when you pull out all the stops, right? When you fire all your... If you fire a cannon next to somebody the first time, they're going to be scared out of their mind. They're going to go running around like a chicken with their head cut off. The second time, they might be startled. The third time, so on and so forth. By the time you fire it the 100,000th time, they don't even blink and could sleep through it. You become desensitized to hype. And that's what they're doing with Magic at this point. And they're trying to ever squeeze that juice out of the lemon, and eventually it'll run out. And it has to rely more on a solid game with faith and trust in the company and not hype. And I think they're failing miserably at that.
It definitely feels like their long-term equity is being used up, and they're throwing everything they've got out right now. They're doing everything they can to sell product lines, and it seems to be currently working. I mean, as we're seeing
it's a fucking stellar success.
In the short term.
I was gonna say whether or not it's gonna have long-term consequences. Who knows?
Yeah.
And it might make Commander Masters like nobody's gonna have any money left, and they won't be able to buy Commander Masters as a premium set.
Yeah.
Beyond that, they may turn off the buyers altogether because those buyers chasing that high, that's a whole lot of dopamine. Oh, I'm opening the pack. I'm opening the pack. Oh. There's going to be a whole lot of that out there, and people are going to remember that. And what did Rudy say? And it's a true thing out there that the lows stick with you far more than the
highs do. Yeah.
And they're creating a whole lot more lows than they are highs. Think about it.
Yeah, I think more people are going to have feel bad situations interacting with the products that are coming out right now than they will find enjoyment in opening them, unless they're using them specifically for the play experience. Doing a sealed event, something like that.
If that were true, there'd be a whole lot more draft box sales than collector box sales, and that's just not where the money is. Go watch Kitchen Table Magic.
Oh, not that I disagree by any.
I'm sorry, hometown. I'm sorry, Josh. I was watching his show, and I was going over watching the sales, and I was like, I'd like to see, more long term, all these hype things that you keep covering and how they're doing. And okay, yeah, they put the 101 ring in an IP. Like, what IP do you think they're ever going to get their hands on that's going to be bigger than Lord of the Rings?
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
First off, no.
Yeah.
And I don't even know that Star Wars is a bigger IP necessarily than Lord of the Rings.
Spider-Man, motherfucker.
The Flash.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Marvel.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, no, at least with the Flash, they could easily make it a male or a female character back and forth because Ezra Miller is like Pan or whatever.
Yeah.
So they can just do whatever the fuck they want, be all woke with it.
Well,
Hell yeah.
here's the thing. That the problem you have with both of that, the company that owns Marvel and owns Star Wars.
Yeah, who owns Spider-Man?
They're gonna release a TCG. They're gonna release that TCG in just a couple of months. Yeah, Spider-Man is Marvel.
You said Flash.
Sony?
Well, I mean, you got to see which part, because there's different companies that own like different parts of IPs. But Spider-Man is part of the Marvel universe. But to my point, Lorcana has first dibs on that, folks.
Huh. So yeah, Sony owns Spider-Man, but they license it out to Disney currently. So if they wanted to, they could fuck around, but I don't see why that would be. It wouldn't make sense for them monetarily to do so.
So my point is, Lorcana, Disney, they're gonna have Star Wars. They're gonna have, and actually, I think Star Wars.
Oh my God, they could have a Lorcana multi-universe.
What are you talking about? They already do.
Yeah,
that's what Lorcana is.
That's one of the things, though, that is difficult. Is that it's not Disney that's doing it, like producing Lorcana. It's Ravensburger, and they have to. Ravensburger has to contractually license the product lines, the IPs. So there is still a chance that Disney decides not to go with its own Lorcana IP line, that they might in fact want to use those characters somewhere else, sell the rights off to Magic instead. For Spider-Man goes on Magic because they can make more money that way than whatever Ravensburger is going to be able to do with Lorcana. There's a
Fantasy Flight's going to release a Star Wars TCG soon.
Oh, really?
Next year, 2024. Mm-hmm.
I just don't really like Star Wars very much.
The Destiny game's pretty good.
I hate you. You're not my friend.
Meh. I still stand by it. The original ones were campy enough that I enjoy that shit, like the little puppet Yoda and stuff. Like, that's fine. I hate the ones with the little fucking kids. Like, I think there was one movie, the one where Anakin kills all the little Padawan kids. Like, I like that when they fight next to the volcano, and General Grievous is in that one. That's like the only Star Wars movie I actually like.
Have you ever watched Rogue One?
Unfortunately, yes, Bob. I dislike everything that Star Wars has made, like previously. Like, it just in general, all of their live action stuff is terrible to me. I like their animated stuff, like the Clone Wars. Man, that was a banger. They did like a Samurai Jack-esque art style in a different animated series. All that stuff really good. It's just that their movies suck to me.
Mandalorian was pretty good.
Didn't see it.
It was pretty good.
Andor was amazing.
Andor was really good.
See that. To me, it's like when they have such a.
Andor is my favorite, but I thought Rogue One was the best Star Wars movie.
I couldn't even tell you which Star Wars movie I like, to be honest. It's been a while.
I mean, I'm a bigger fan of Rogue One, The Empire Strikes Back, and A New Hope. Those are my favorite. After that, outside of those, I'm not a big fan. Solo, I thought was decent. It wasn't great. It was okay.
Ooh, The Matrix. We could have Matrix Magic the Gathering cards. Who owns that shit, right? You never see that on Lorcana. I want to attach.
I like the Matrix, but they kind of jumped the shark too. Like, it got just too much of the same by the third one.
Yeah, the Matrix was
Like I couldn't
kinda-
even tell you what scenes happened in the second one versus the third one.
I probably I watched
Like
them a
if you
lot.
cut
but
if you
yeah.
cut some scenes from the third one and said
Oh, you're right.
which
Yeah,
movie
yeah,
was this in,
yeah.
right? I'd be like,
Yeah.
the second one,
No,
third one,
100%. You
fourth
could definitely take scenes from the third movie and put them in the second one in like an edit, and I would never notice. Yeah.
Yeah, but
one?
it's a
Sorry,
sequel.
just
Kind of,
and
kind of
they
designed
just had a
that
fourth
way.
one, right? Didn't I think I just watched it?
I
right?
did
Where he
not
goes
see
Yeah,
the
the
fourth
fourth
one.
one. The fourth one was okay. I watched it.
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
Now I'll
but it
say
was
this
okay.
for a series that have kind of jumped the shark and then sort of redeemed themselves, and I'm very surprised to say this. So I love the first Predator, and then I really didn't like any of them again until this newest one in the Wild West with the Indian girl as the heroine, as the main protagonist. That was good.
I didn't
If you
catch
haven't
it,
seen
but I
it,
heard
that-
pretty good reviews on it.
I was good. I was surprised, and you know what? I was
Didn't
like,
even
oh
know there
man,
was another Predator.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I was just
oh,
gonna
it was
say
good.
Alien
It
versus
was actually
Predator,
pretty good.
like AVP, like honestly, Alien versus Predator is so bad that it's great. I love that shit. It's like
I just
Freddy
find it bad.
versus
It's kind of like
Jason in
Aliens.
space. It's
It's like Aliens was good, or Alien was good. Aliens was way better, and then it just went.
you know what's a terrible sequel? 2010, A Space Out, like the
That was
sequel to
bad.
2001, A Space Odyssey.
But honestly, 2001 wasn't a great movie unless you were really stoned.
Oh, okay, you beat me to it. Okay, I was just gonna say there's there's a
It was
way to
not a
make
good
that
movie,
movie
I'm sorry.
really good.
But again, go watch that. What the hell is it called? The new Aliens movie, or not Alien, Predator. I don't generally like a female heroine, like the female protagonist being a badass. It just doesn't sell in most things. Like I'm like, okay,
Oh yeah,
Mary
yeah.
Sal of
Like,
110 pounds is
that
gonna
Ms. Marvel
beat
movie or
this
whatever.
guy. Like in all reality, if they were actual swords instead of lightsabers, and you got what's his name playing Kylo Ren, if he actually swung something that had physical substance to it and hit something in her hand, she'd spin around like a top. She weighed like 110 pounds.
I
Like,
thought
they're
Kylo
just
Ren was
physics.
cool.
Luckily, they're magic, Bob.
Exactly.
Okay, that's just it. You have to
Use the
they're
force,
magic.
the
They're
spirit.
superheroes. They're powered by kryptonite. That's like
Bro,
that's
that's
just
all of
It's
Star
got the
Wars. I don't know what to
juice.
tell you. That's all of Star Wars. Like it's all fucking magic, Bob. That's why,
Dude,
like,
I want
don't get into it.
Arcane. That's what I want.
Like,
I want
Arcane is
season
baller.
2.
Are they gonna do a season 2? That was amazing.
I want Arcane.
I want to see them spin back up The Expanse and Firefly.
The Expanse
I like
finished,
both of those
but
two. No, there's more. There's more books actually.
yeah, it's just like their production run for the show. But that was so
finished.
fucking good. God,
It was good. It was a good show.
yeah.
Doc, you're not that guy.
And Firefly
do it.
was great. But
I thought it was okay.
That's got to be my favorite. I have two favorite scenes in all of The Expanse. So, spoiler if you haven't watched it, it's only been out for like 7 years now. But when Amos is there with the doctor, and he's going to shoot the guy in the airlock, he goes, "Don't do it. You won't feel better. It won't make you feel any better. You're not that guy." And the doctor looks down and hands him the gun, and Amos turns around and goes, "But I am."
I am.
Yeah, Amos. I just love him. I just love him, dude. He is the perfect badass. Written, just lines. The actor did a great job. Amazing.
I like
I'm
Negan.
a fan of,
Negan's a good badass.
like when they go
What's
through
that?
the ring,
Negan.
and the whole extra liminal space.
No, I hate
like,
Negan. He's just
I
a
like
sadistic
Negan.
fuck. I hate Negan. That made me stop watching The Walking Dead. Period.
Oh, he gets better. He stops being sadistic after a little while.
I don't care. That scene just made me stop watching it. It went from a zombie movie into torture porn with people behaving badly. Look, the real world is full of people behaving abhorrently. Just go to World War II. Look at what the Japanese did to the Chinese. Look what the Germans did to all the prisoners in there, cutting people's eyelids off to see how long they could stare at the sun before they die. Bearing them up to they just did perverse things. Peel all their skin off to see how long a human being can live without their skin. Just people can do bad things to each other. I get it. I don't need to see it in my movies.
Yeah, they definitely went above. I think they dialed it back after a while.
And I just
After
don't
that,
care.
after that season, they dialed it back for sure.
See, I just never got into The Walking Dead. I watched most of the first season. Like when
the first season was great.
Well, so when they started, like very early, I was worried it was going to turn into a drama because they were two main characters were trying to bang another main character, and they were actively taking turns doing it. Like, who's going to raise my kid? We're in a love triangle now. Oh my God, now there's zombies. What are we going to do? I was like, turn this shit off.
After
that
a
really
while,
didn't become a main part of the show, though.
I remember watching it, and I'm like, this is just a zombie drama show.
Yeah.
Well, zombies are just the wallpaper. They're just the backdrop. They're not the antagonist after season 3.
They only got
about bad
interesting.
people.
The zombies only got interesting at like the end of the show when they actually start to evolve and they're actually like learning how to climb walls and shit. That's the fun. Like they waited till the end of the show. Spoiler alert! They waited till the end of the show for the zombies to actually start thinking. They actually start like climbing up onto things. They can like climb fences and stuff. It's like, whoa, okay, hold on. They're not just sitting there like, rah. Some of them actually start evolving. It's like, huh, what does that mean? But they waited till the end of the show to do that. It's like, what the fuck?
And that's kind of the problem I have already with and I love Pedro Pascal, but with The Last of Us.
Oh, The Last of Us was
like they sped up the timeline.
It was a great show.
They've already sped up the timeline that the zombies aren't the biggest problem, that people are.
Yeah.
And that's in season 1. That happened halfway through season 1. I wanted to love the show, but I just don't.
That's a great show. Very good.
I really wanted to love it because I love
one of the
Pedro
few
Pascal.
shows that actually makes me have feelings. I definitely got choked up in like the very first episode. I'm like, holy shit, they're going fucking deep right off the rip.
Gotta make a drink.
So he goes large on him.
Yeah.
Right? Like, here's my drink. I got to go do this.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Nah, not for me. We've gone from like we've hit the full gamut here. I think we should probably begin to wrap up the show. It's already quarter.
At this point, we're just hanging out. We're not even doing a show.
Yeah,
anymore.
this is just a hang session at this
whatever.
point.
Hanging out. That's fine.
No, seriously, we need to look up what that freaking movie is with the latest, most recent Predator. It was good. It really was good. I think highly recommend watching it.
Is it called Prey?
It absolutely is.
Sounds
Yeah.
like it.
It is so good.
Oh
is so
man,
good.
I love that there's somebody in the cast called Dakota Beavers. It's just a fucking great name.
What a name.
My name's Dakota
bro.
Beavers. My friends call me Dak.
Da Beaver.
Da Beaver. Dak the Beaver.
Yeah, no, dude, that was really, really good. Prey. I wasn't gonna watch it. I really didn't want to give it a chance. I was going in really kind of negative Nancy. You know, like, oh, this is gonna suck.
What?
We're gonna
You?
make another Mary Sue.
Right? No way. No way, dude.
What? I go into some things very optimistic.
No, I'm just
It's
fucking
not
with you,
this.
Bob.
It's been a while since you've been optimistic about anything. The last thing I remember was Lorcana, and then it like shit in your Cheerios, and now you hate it.
Oh,
What?
no,
I don't
dude.
hate it.
He was like hyped as shit about EverQuest. And
You
he's
were-
like all up on that.
Well, EverQuest is, we don't talk
I mean,
about
just
that.
because yeah.
As soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna go play some more.
Ugh.
No, there are some things I love. Am I critical about some things? Yeah. And am I happy about some things? Sure. I am still. I don't know why you think I hate Lorcana. I said I don't enjoy the fact that there's no response interaction.
Yeah.
When it first came out, you were like, "This is the best thing ever. I love it." And then, like after you saw that there was no reactions with it, and that you saw that there was going to be printed more than they anticipated, your just demeanor about it has. You don't seem excited anymore. You feel it almost
don't
feels like
like
it feels like you're
I don't
forcing
like
yourself
those
to love
choices,
it.
and I'm not as excited. But I'm still
Oh,
excited.
I'll be
about it.
100%.
Let's put it this
I'll
way.
be,
You want me-
super clear for myself. Like, I think that the collectible side of it is still the same level. That hasn't changed for me. If anything, it's kind of gone up a little bit. But seeing the gameplay aspect and having watched people play games of it with the spoiled cards already, I am way less excited. I can almost guarantee that I'll play a few games just for the sake of the channel. But outside of that, I cannot anticipate myself as a long-term Lorcana player by any stretch.
Do you hate it? I don't hate it. I've never said I hated it. As a matter of fact, even after that point, Matt, I put it in an order. I've shown it to you guys. I think it's somewhere in our chat for $2,200 worth of product.
Yeah, but you were gonna put in like $8,000 or some shit. You were like going balls deep.
No, I said I was gonna go. I said it's gonna go 2,000 to 4,000, and I'm saving some for when we get there. And I actually have another box on hold, so I'm already up around the $3,000 mark. I'm not gonna go as deep as I was, but still 3,000 I think is pretty. Hey, what's up, Johnny?
I think I'm gonna set a pretty big budget for Lorcana. I think I'm gonna go $50. I think that might be my budget for Lorcana.
I'm just saying my budget is like 4 times higher than it is for Magic this year.
I thought about selling the cards that I got from my box of history and then buying 3 more boxes and then seeing if I can keep turning a profit and
you turn it into the professor over there.
Yeah, but the professor hasn't. I don't know if any of his series have hit anything that actually kept him going. I think he's went like
he did one that got. I think it was Mystery, right? Mystery Booster has the record at like 8 or 9.
Oh Jesus! I'm having Red Zone Rogue actually open up a case for Twiddler and I of Dusk Till Dawn when it comes out. So should be interesting. Somebody's going to get a legendary.
They
think the
spoiled.
ones I've seen Professor open that did well were Mystery Boosters, which I think did the best, and he had like 8 boxes. And then he had Modern Horizons 2, which I want to say did like 6 or 7 boxes.
I love when they just do 1 box and it's just a shit.
Just a dud.
Yeah.
What do we got? We got 56 Majestics, 8 Legendaries, 1 Fable, 77 Rares, Commons, 10 Marvels. I will say the new Prism, she is hot. I don't like chicks with short hair, but she looks good.
Yeah. Their artwork is definitely phenomenal, to say the least. Across the board, not just as like, curvy and shit, but like their like gore is next level. There's a card called Throat Slit. Jesus Christ. Like there's a card called Headshot. It's as impactful as you think it would be when the artwork shows it.
And the one that sticks to me is Tripwire, I think it is.
Tripwire.
Have you seen that one?
It's definitely 16 plus. Some of their stuff is definitely right there. Yeah.
Do you see Tripwire? Is that what you're looking up for the art on it? When you zoom in on the art, it's like, oof, wow, that's pretty. It's pretty graphic. Won't be seeing that on Lorcana. I think it's called Tripwire, isn't it?
I don't know.
I got it. Tripwire Trap.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's like, zoom in on that. It's like, that ain't tripping anybody. That's dismemberment trap.
Slicing his fucking feet off.
But it's in 4 places that it's cutting his leg up. It didn't get sued.
Man, that is very sharp. Yeah.
I was just saying, that's like, wow, that's an effective tripwire, I guess.
Ranger defense reaction trap. What is this? A fucking
yes.
Just thinking, who would even be playing this? Can't think of his name. The green.
I don't know of any of the. Well, there's Azalea, but that's not a dude. Is there a dude?
I was just saying the artwork on that one. I saw it the first time.
He's all like traps and shit.
Wait, what? Oh, hell.
Yeah, I have no idea who you're talking about. There's Azalea. Who else is there? Oh, Riptide.
Riptide. Yeah.
Well, I did not
Yeah.
get a nap, and I'm about ready to wrap it up, folks.
I only had 5 hours of sleep, so I thought about canceling.
My
But I'm like,
load.
you know what? Just get up. Just go.
I opened my Father's Day box of Lord of the Rings cards, courtesy of Miss Sherry Vegas.
Hey, you didn't even open the second
Entertaining
one.
all of us.
Or the third.
No, I didn't. I'm gonna hold on. No, I didn't.
But Bob, the One Ring could be in there. It can't be.
God, the
It
one
can't
of
be in
one,
there.
dude. Fucking wow.
I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
this has been phenomenal. Thank you everybody for hanging out, shooting the breeze with us, and catching you up on some recent news events. If you want more like this, make sure you go ahead, hit the bell, like, subscribe, do all this
Do
stuff.
the like thing.
And honestly, make sure you come by on Wednesdays. We do a D&D 5e live stream, and it is fucking awesome. Like
We're getting to the end of it.
Yeah, they're coming to the end.
We got to figure out if we're going to keep these characters going, Matt, if we can even keep you on as a DM, keep getting some of your time every week. I think all of us are in it. We're loving it.
I feel like Amy's not enjoying herself as much as you guys, but I guess we'll see if she's interested in continuing.
I can tell you already, her schedule's changing and she won't be able to.
Okay.
Just for scheduling reasons. But she's enjoyed it and understand, she's 19.
Sure.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We're not her crowd, right?
Yeah, at 19, I don't think
I'm grateful that she played with us,
do this.
I'm grateful she filled in a spot when we were down, went down a person. That's pretty righteous.
Yep.
So we'll see. I'll keep shooting arrows at things. I don't mind.
Hell yeah. Brent is finally getting ridiculous. Level 5, he gets second attack. Like, that's just stupid. Oh, man.
Yep. Check it out.
All right.
Take care.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Make sure you do all the YouTube things to make us still show up here every week.
Do the things.
Keep us going. Give us inspiration and hope. Sorry if I'm poopy pants about stuff. It's that period in Magic for me.